and I'll be right back.
Okay, so last time, a ton of stuff happened. So I'm assuming you guys went and looked over the recap and all that kind of stuff. But basically, you guys left Gallifend and accompanied Duke Gallo to Brest for what are, high level peace talks and how to figure out how to move forward from this otherwise victorious battle that you guys fought, that you guys helped fight on behalf of Duke Gallo at Gallifend. It was frankly, I don't know if I would go so far as instrumental, but your activities behind the lines did a great service to the Duke, and in many ways put the Duke's forces in a position where they were able to not only defeat the King's men, but also got a chance to were able to sue for peace, and so they've been doing that. In the meantime, the king sent word, he invited all of you, he invited the Duke and his retinue to Brest to discuss how we go forward and how the peace works and all that kind of stuff. And frankly, you're a
Although he
little
did
bit
say
nervous.
discuss like
Yeah,
this.
discuss it. Yeah.
And can we
Um,
really call that an invitation, or was it more like a summons?
it was more like a summons. Yeah. I mean, you got the impression from the Duke that this was something that he could not in good conscience or reasonably refuse. But he's brought a fair amount of people with him, right? So there's a fair amount of Duke Gallo's like army camped outside of Brest. And you guys are in the city. He's brought some of his bodyguards, and he's been taking steps to make sure that, at least from a physical standpoint, he's not just immediately abducted and murdered. And that hasn't happened. I mean, he's been with the king. They've had a couple of conversations about stuff already. There's that. So things seem to be proceeding in the manner in which you have been given to understand that they should proceed, right? In fact, there's a big festival going on, and one of the last things that we did last time was you guys were able to take advantage of some of the some of the events in the festival and cop some low-level magic items or prizes and things like that as part of a skill challenge, which is what we did finally last week. But one thing that sort of gives you a little pause is when you guys were staying at this guy's house. This is Narian Barrelborn's. This is the Barrelborn estate. So Narian Barrelborn is a friend of Duke Gallo and a very wealthy merchant and dwarf that lives in Brest. And this is where not only you've been staying, but Duke Gallo and his retinue have been staying here as well. It's an added level of security rather than staying, for example, in the palace. In the king's palace, they're staying here, where at least some security would be, at least the security here would be under the control of somebody that the Duke trusts, until the king, sort of can bear out the idea that he's actually on the up and up. And you guys were visited here by somebody that at first you were like, who is this person? And it turned out to be Pixis,
Our
who
friend.
had, yeah, your
Our friend.
friend. So Pixis, who had come back, and apparently she had a story to tell, right? So after you guys murdered Joss, and she had
No, we didn't
managed,
murder him.
well, he hasn't been
We,
found.
we yeah, there's a different word for that. But
Yeah, well, so if you well, she was there during the initial, attempted murderings. So she's making some assumptions, but she did escape. She
we
didn't,
relieved
and you
we
assume
relieved him of the burden of breathing.
you did. Yeah, he's not doing that anymore. So here's a question for you, just an isolated DM question. Do you guys still have Jas in a bag somewhere? The pieces of Jas?
We told we told what's his name, the guy that we came here with,
Balin?
Duke,
Duke Gallo.
Mm,
the Duke that we're with, Duke
Gallo.
Gallo.
Yep.
Yeah, we told him that we had him, and we offered him the opportunity to use his clerics to like question,
Okay.
to verify, because basically we came to this with the story, and we gave him the evidence we had, which some of it was real, some of it was just kind of things that fell into place that
Imputed, yeah,
made sense
deductive
for our
reasoning
story.
kind of thing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, And so we basically said, look, this is all we've got. This should prove our point. And if not, we don't know how we came across it, but we just happen to have Joss's dead body that could answer the
The
questions.
weirdest thing.
Honestly. Yeah, the weirdest thing. I don't know how that happened.
We were a little freaked out by the whole thing, to be honest with
We
you.
were at the local convenience store and all of a sudden it was just there. And so we just
So to
Embo's
answer
file,
your
we just got
question
it.
without all the hemming and hawing, yes, we have his corpse.
Okay. So he has not availed them. So you get the impression from those discussions that the Duke definitely buys into what you guys have said to him and explained to him. And, you know, he definitely thinks that you guys are telling the truth. He also doesn't want to. What's the phrase I'm looking for? He doesn't want to question his way out of his good opinion of you. You know what I mean? That happens a lot these days. So he's not going to ask a lot of detailed questions as to hows and whys and where did you get this, that kind of stuff. He trusts you guys. You guys have acted on his behalf quite successfully, and so he's just going to let those kind of questions answer themselves at some other time, maybe. So, but yeah, so you guys still have Joss in a bag, JOB as I like to call it, or JIB, I guess. So there's that. But yeah, Pixis came and basically said, "Look, I didn't leave Brask. She's good at disguises, and she basically disguised herself not only not as herself, but as a man." That she is what she disguised herself with. So and she ended up getting, you know, she went on the idea that, so she disguised herself as this guy, which very manly, you know, that kind of thing. You would never suspect that these two were the same people. And she basically disguised herself as a man and got a job with the city guard. The thing is, yeah, I mean, it's like if you're a bank robber, why not become a police officer to sort of throw off pursuit, right? It's a good idea. So she had a weird story to tell, though. She basically came back and said, "Look, I got a job guarding this." So there's this cemetery that leads up to a lot of underground caverns, and you're like, oh really, we've never heard of that. And she's like, yeah, I was sort of posted back there to sort of keep an eye on the back door. And she tells you a story. She basically is like, I saw some guys dressed as well, first she was like, I was told to take like the day off. And so I did, but I went back out there because it seemed really weird because there was nobody else out there. So she's like, I wanted to check it out. And she saw a group of monks that she described as monks, cowls, habits, that kind of thing, and who had brought some barrels and essentially dropped these barrels down into what she thought was like a sewer, or some other kind of, you know, some other pit in the ground, and then went in after it. And disappeared down there. So she sort of like checked it out. She couldn't see anything, but she certainly wasn't going to go chasing these guys. There was like 3 or 4 of them. But it was odd. Then instead of, after her day off, she comes back to work, and instead of saying, okay, go back to work at the cemetery, they say, all right, we're going to put you on the king's vault. And so they put her on the king's vault, and she's like, you know, at first she's thinking, great, I'm a rat and I've just been put in charge of the cheese.
That's where, yeah. We're all laughing at that spot.
I've been just put in charge of the cheese closet. She's like, this couldn't be better. But after a couple of days of that, where she is literally in large part the only guard, she gets told after, you know, after the battle, you know, the news of the battle comes back and Duke Gallo's coming and the festival's going to be, you know, the peace festival's up. She's like, her boss comes to her and basically says, look, you could take a couple of days off for the festival, you know, because everybody's going to be out having fun. You deserve it. Have some fun yourself. Well, she did the same thing. She went sort of back and checked it out, you know, surreptitiously, and realized that she hadn't been replaced. There's no guard on the royal vault. Now it's locked and stuff like that, and you know, that kind of thing. But usually there's at least 2 guards, just on a normal day. And you'd think on a festival period there would be even more, just because there's going to be an increase in crime and, you know, that kind of stuff. It just seems to be it. But there's nothing. So in this case, she comes to you and she tells you the story. Basically, she's like, "Look, I was taken off of 2 guard jobs, and odd stuff has happened on both occasions." She's like, "Look, you got it." She kind of comes back. She was like, "You guys are working for Duke Gallo now. I get that. I had no love for Jas. You know, but this is too weird. And I thought of all the people I could tell, you guys might be the best people to tell that you would have, that you might be able to make use of this information. I don't know what it means. I don't want to know what it means, she says. And she basically is like, that's it. I'm out. And she vacates. Now, I think, Arendar, I believe
But
you
that
actually
wasn't followed.
followed her a while.
No,
You didn't follow her. Okay. I thought you
no,
did.
it was Titus. So one of the magic, I think it was Titus, discovered she was using some kind of magical means to disguise herself.
Yep.
Right.
So Arendar confronted her when he still thought it was a him. And then that's when, yeah, she came out, and then we figured out it was her. And then we just let her go at that stage, I think.
Yeah, you guys didn't follow her after she left Barrelborns.
Because after I quizzed her like 100 times, part of it was, she said she kind of felt like we saved her life once. So she's like, okay, can't leave this out here. So here's your information. You're paid back. I'm going away now.
Yeah. Yeah, she basically was like, look, I'm getting out of Dodge. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I don't want to be any part of it, and I don't want to be anywhere near it when it goes down. But she's like, but you guys, I feel like might be able to use this information potentially. So that kind of stuff. And then she departed. So that's kind of where you guys are now, and it's evening now, and after a fair amount of you guys have been at the festival all day, and now you're back at Narian Barrelborns, and it doesn't take. So you're back there, and there's the evening festival is taking place, not festival, but like feast is taking place. You're sitting down, and having drinks and talking with there. How did you do? That kind of thing at the games. That kind of stuff, and there's a lot of discussions going on and various kinds of things. But it isn't too long before then that Lord Gallo shows up. And he kind of like comes in, and he's got his guys. Jinis is there, and they both sit down at the table. He's got some of his servants and bodyguards are with him, and he basically dismisses them. Once you get the impression that once he's inside his friend Earl Narian's estate, he feels a lot safer, and he joins the table, greets you guys, and basically is like, how did it go today? Was, everything okay? And, that kind of stuff. He basically asking you what, if anything, were you able to learn in furtherance of my meetings with the king? And he's like, and after you tell me that, I will tell you what's happened to me so far today.
So does his friend tell him what happened?
He's kind of addressing you guys. The Duke is. Hey, not so much. Barrelborn would probably say something like, maybe you could tell him about your weirdo visitor, that you had today, that kind of thing.
Your weirdo visitor.
Duke's like, weirdo visitor.
Yeah. If his friend doesn't speak up, then Aaron would probably speak up and.
Well, the Duke was specifically addressing you guys, so he probably felt like it wasn't his place to.
Oh, the
Right,
limerick reciting horse. That was me in costume, and apparently they don't like centaur limericks.
Nobody likes
Right,
centaur
yeah.
limerick. Nobody likes reverse centaur.
Right. So, but yeah, he'd tell him about the visitor and give a vague, brief history that we have with her. Not go into detail, but just.
She was there when we killed Jaws. That kind of. All right, so yeah, he looks. So Gallo looks pretty thoughtful when you tell this story. He's like, he goes, it's not just your friend telling you that it's odd. It's definitely odd. He goes, and Gallo, for his part, although he lives elsewhere, he's been to Brest many times as a guest of the king, and for various meetings and stuff like that. And he knows that is odd behavior. Those both of those areas should be guarded at all times, and that they're not for extended periods of time seems very, very strange. It seems like a significant oversight on the king's part. Well, the people who run the king's the king's guards, those administrators.
Yeah.
The king probably
The only
doesn't.
thing is
Well,
we don't
probably
know.
doesn't have direct influence over
we
that.
don't know if it's we don't know if it's the king doing this or if it's someone below the king, without
certainly
the king's knowledge doing it.
The king's guards one moment.
Easy for you to say.
Administrators Is administrator a word? Administrator is a word. Okay. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I'm having a stroke. So yeah, I mean, so certainly on a day-to-day basis, those guys would handle that. And nominally, they report to the Chamberlain. So they would report to Nina Glibglammer.
Oh,
Those
there's the
administrators
issue
would.
right there then.
But I mean, if the king wanted, obviously, if the king wanted to take, this is Gallo talking, if the king wanted to take a direct, and say, I want X number of guards at the vault and Y number of guards at this place, obviously those orders would be carried out. But
No,
generally
as
speaking,
soon as you can,
the overall administrators are under would report up to the Chamberlain.
yeah, as soon as you said Nino or whatever, umbrage, yeah, that's
Nina
pretty
Glibglammer.
much, yeah. Aaron like, okay, that's the issue right there. That's where this is coming from.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, so that's extra odd. Second, would you guys ask him about what his day was? Well, he's been, I've been in high level meetings with the king. I've been, talking with him about how do we protract the peace, and he Gallo says basically the king isn't acting suspiciously at all. He's acting exactly like the man I've known for 40 years. He's actively trying to find ways that we can reconcile, and frankly, I'm interested in that too. So the discussions are proceeding very well. The king, I want to reconcile myself with the king. Obviously, the king seems genuine in his wanting to reconcile with me, and to a lesser extent, Lady Timor and Lord Dashkaban, who joined me in the attack. So the the only
So is he looking normal? I know when last time we were here, our party does not know how the king usually was, but we were told by multiple people that the king was a little more depressed, almost like in a stupor or whatever. He hadn't been himself for a while.
he seemed
I guess Aaron would be asking, has he changed from like he was 2 weeks ago,
I didn't see him two
where he
weeks
was
ago.
in that stupor, that whatever, or before we were told by multiple people that, like I said, he was
Yeah.
obviously losing his family would depress him a bit, but there was other things that
It seemed to be other things
kind of
going
like
on.
someone who's been kind of not completely dominated, but influenced by magic.
Well, so at this point, Gallo would probably say, "Look, I wasn't in Brest 2 weeks ago, so I was at Gallifan." So, and he goes to Jinis. Jinis, you were thrown in prison by the king, right? So,
Yeah.
what is your opinion? And Jinis looks thoughtful, and he's like, "I have to admit, the king now seems much more like the king before his family was killed." He's smart, he's effective, but he also seems cordial. And Jinis would say, look, to my eyes, he seems to be genuinely interested in putting together a equitable reconciliation. And Jinis will say, look, I was a little nervous about going with the Duke in with the king because the last time I was
Understandable.
here, I was imprisoned, and and Jinis will tell you, like, he was uh, he felt that there was a couple of times where he felt like he was drugged, um, that kind of thing. And he was so. Janice kind of laughs. He goes, "So I was a little careful about the food we were served today." He goes, "It was nothing." He goes, "Yeah," and even Gallo laughs. He goes, "Yeah." After he told us that the chef got fired, his royal chef got fired. Then we were like, "Who? What's like?" And Gallo kind of laughs. He says, "Look, it's an old tradition." When I was growing up, my father always had the family exchange plates when we were served, but before we ate. It's sort of like when you toast and you try to slosh some of your meat into the enemy's cup, so any poison gets shared, right? If he says, I jokingly did that today with the king when we were served at lunchtime. We were served an afternoon lunch, and I sort of jokingly mentioned this story, and that's when the king mentioned that his chef had been fired. So he goes, he says something like, I can't vouch for the taste because my new chef has just started. I had to fire the old chef. So I kind of joked around. I was like, oh, well, he's like, oh, no, so, but he switched plates with me. He goes, there's a big feast tomorrow. Where all of the nobles and their seconds and, all kinds of notables are going to be there.
You've got
Just
someone coming
just
over
in
the
case,
paper,
I'll do it
right?
again. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Especially with the story we heard that they're bringing some kind of extra substance into the castle
Yeah, what's
unknowingly.
that about? So yeah, he's like, did you guys? You probably haven't had time. You haven't investigated that at
We
all, have
just
you?
found out.
Okay.
We were waiting for you to get back, I assume, and everybody else speak up because I'm kind of speaking for the party. I assume we were wanting to go check that out and see what's going on.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah. Can I ask a stupid question?
It's the only kind I
You
get.
mean besides that one?
Yeah. Yeah, besides that one. If the king seems legitimately like himself and he
Yeah.
wants to get everybody back together, why can't you make the way that happens is to dismiss all the Sargavans?
So you're talking to Gallo here.
Yeah, because then if the poison, so to speak, is taken out of the king's area, then he'll stay like he was before. You guys were friends before. It can all go back to normal. Because what we found so far is it's all someone else's influence, a specific group of someone else's influence. So if you can say, if you want to have full peace with your entire kingdom, get rid of these guys and we'll all go back to being, hard drinking, fun loving dwarves or whatever you were before. And there you go.
So the Duke looks thoughtful at this point. He goes, "Yeah, I should bring that up." He goes, "I didn't today because the discussions today were almost entirely about not how do we back down our forces from sort of this because several hundred dwarves died in that battle. I mean, this was not a
Yeah.
dust off between the Jets and the Sharks, right? This was a pitched battle between the King's men and the Duke's men, and they have to do a piece.
Count for that.
And that's yeah. So that's been the discussion. He goes, honestly, I haven't even thought of the Sargavans. I mean, I believe you. I think the Sargavans have the king's worst. Have the Bandu have the worst. They want to get through the Elite Pass. I'll bring it up.
And they don't have your best interest, any of your best
No.
interests at heart.
Right. I'll bring it up to the king. I don't know that he'll do it. There has been for a long period. There has been a Sargavan ambassador in Brest, long before the current hostilities taking place in the between Sargava and the rest of this region. But
When you
but I
spoke,
can but
I'll
I can
remind
add.
him.
when you spoke
I'll
to the
remind him the way
king,
the Sargavans work. We're from Gate Pass,
Right.
and how they did Gate Pass was start with the ambassadors and then start placing people in high positions
Or
when there
co-opting
was no
people.
hostilities. So whenever they did their hostilities, we were taken over from within.
Right.
This is
Yeah,
how
that's a
they
good
work.
point. That's a good
I
point.
guarantee they've already started that if they're not completely entrenched and ready with whatever they're going to do next.
Well, he will
So let them
say
know this is not MO.
he will point out that so it's something he hasn't mentioned to you before, but he goes, the Council of Eight, the nobles and their families are protected from mind affecting spells by the Book of Eight Lands. He goes, you guys, it's probably not something that you guys have ever heard of. But the Book of Eight Lands is so it's basically hold on, now I gotta find it.
Some kind of artifact.
Right, it's an artifact. So basically, it was written. So here's the thing: it's the Book of Eight Lands. it basically is a Bandu artifact that protects the nobles and their families from mind-affecting magic and divination. Essentially, it is in many ways the Book of Eight, the Book of Eight Lands is essentially a historical book of all the nobles of 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 the Bandu, right? So everybody who is a noble in the Bandu Hills and all of their families, their names are recorded in the Book of Eight Lands. And subsequently, when their names are recorded in the book, then that protection from mind affecting magic and divination extends outward to them, which was why when Jinis told me that, and when you guys tell me that the king was sort of like, depressed, kind of like you guys suspected that he had been, being affected by mind affecting spells, I was dubious because obviously the king is the primary noble. His family has been, the kingdom has been in his family for generations. And, he's protected. So I don't know what, I mean, I
Well,
assumed
does
when
it
you guys
affect,
talked
does
to
it,
me about it, I thought it was the natural sort of depression or anxiety or unevenness of temper that would accrue to somebody who had just had their entire family killed by poison, which is why the poison didn't, they're not, the book doesn't make you immune to poison.
right,
But it
is
will
there a
protect you
poison
from
that
certain
would just
spells.
fill your senses or make you more susceptible to,
I don't think there's a poison that
is
would
there
make you
physical?
but,
And your ambassador himself has said that at times when he was here, he felt drugged.
yeah. And Jinis will say, yeah, I did. Um, he goes, I'll be honest, I didn't chalk it up to that. I assumed it was, the food I was being given was just not agreeing with me, but
Right,
or
but
just the fact that I had been put in prison. I'd never been in prison before. I just assumed
Right.
afterwards that it was just screwing with my head.
see, I'm not a magic user and I don't dabble in that stuff. I'm just a normal warrior with stupid questions.
Okay.
I'm not saying how they did it. I don't know how they did it. I'm saying they did it. So if they're protected from this kind of magic by this thing, and they're protected from this kind of thing by this thing, what aren't they protected from? And what can it do is what I'm asking. What about the evidence that we've already presented that the Sargavans were responsible for the murders of his family? Did you bring that up in any of the meetings so
I did
far?
not today, but I can, and I will. Today was mostly about showing off how good of friends we are now after the recent unpleasantness, and hammering out some of the sort of administrative details of how we stop fighting with each other. That was pretty much the whole day. But I'll bring it up to
Okay.
Sir Garvin's tomorrow, and I'll bring up the evidence that you guys brought to the king and see
Let
how
me
he
ask you
responds.
this. In your meetings with the king,
Mhm.
did he ever explain why he
In
chose
prison?
such a maddening, stupid thing as to attack you like that? I mean, makes no sense,
We touched
especially
on
if
that.
we're all on the same team.
Basically, the king laid out his case was that, and Jinis kind of gets a look on his face like, this is bullshit. But basically, there was a lot of talk. Well, initially there was a lot of discussion about who could have done this thing of killing his family, right? And so then it became, who has that discussion was who could have done it to who benefits most from doing it, right? And my
Mhm.
name was brought up as being the most likely person in the event of the death of the king, of King Steppengard, the most likely person to be in a position to step into the king job would be me. He's like, look, I'm one of the more powerful. I'm one of the more powerful dukes. I have a lot of money. I have a lot of respect. I've been around a long time. I have heirs now. More than he's like, look, I have two sons. there wouldn't be any lineage problems unless of another significant accident. I hold one of the most strategic locations in the entirety of the Bandu Hills from a military and economic standpoint. I have strong allies. He's like Lady Timor, Lord Dashgaban. They're both strong. Lord Dashgaban is probably one of the wealthiest, or if not the wealthiest, of the eight nobles. Lady Timor, although she's not a dwarf, could be considered maybe one of the most magically powerful, and she has a great many allies outside of the Bandu Hills. And as my supporters, that would be I could make a very strong case that I should be
So,
made king. And
right.
I think that
So someone
idea
told the king
sort of
that you
reversed
were
him.
the,
Yeah.
okay. So no one ever brought up that Sargavans could benefit from this? And especially Sargavans that have now put a whole army on your doorstep telling you we need to come through there. Arendar's he's actually a pretty diplomatic person, but he's also very blunt and just says what he means. So he's like,
Right. Well, I think Gallo would
obvious as
respond
this?
to that and saying, "Hey, look, I think in general, King Steppengard and the Sargavans have had cordial, if not close, relations. One of the things that King Steppengard has definitely said that he wants to do is he wants as much as can be done to stay out of the Sargavan conflict that's going on right now. He does not want Sargavan troops on his doorstep, and so or dethroning him essentially. Now he knows what happened at Gate Pass. He's seen what's likely to what has been threatened against Sequin. He knows that the elves of the grasslands are conducting a thing. He knows that the Mwangi are being pushed back to their rivers. He knows all these things, but he's basically trying to Switzerland his way out of this. And to do that, he and this is where Duke Gallo says, and here's why I'm veering into speculation. He goes, I think the king felt that to do that he had to maintain cordial relationships with the Sargavans, so that the idea is if he gave them the ability to go through the Elite Pass, that they would see that as a reason not to attack the Bandu Hills. It's sort of like he Lord Chamberlain a little bit, right? Neville Chamberlain. He's like, if I give them what they want, what they've said they want, they'll leave me alone. Which isn't,
Right.
which is, as
It's
students
easy.
of history.
It's not smart, but it's easy.
Well, as students of history, we see that it rarely works, right? So,
Right. But it's always the easiest first option.
It is, yeah. So that's why. So he and Duke Gallo says, look, I'm speculating on what the king's thinking in this regard, but I've known the king for a long time, and this would be within sort of the realm of possibility of what I think. That's Duke Gallo says that's what I think. Why I think he did it. Now that being the case, as one of the Western lords and the guardian of the Elite Pass, the last thing I want is a bunch of Sargavans coming up my pass, because I know what's happening in the western end of the Bandu Hills. Gate Pass is in the western end of the Bandu Hills. So, and we saw what happened then. You guys you guys are from there. You know what happened. I know what happened. And Duke Gallo's like, look, appeasement has never been, in my opinion, a politically feasible way to avoid conflict.
Right. We'll tell you what, first things first is this oddness that's going on, especially these things we saw Smallwood in. I think we need to get to the bottom of what's going on there, because you've got a festival going on, you've got a bunch of important people here.
Well, yeah. So tomorrow's going to be
the king.
Yeah, so he says, look, basically tomorrow is more of these discussions with the king's retinue, my retinue, and the king and I. Plus, I think Lady Timor is going to attend at least a part of those tomorrow. I'm not sure about Lord Dashgaban. I think he's not. I think it's taken him a long time to get here. I don't think he's arrived with his retinue yet, but I've been assured by some messengers that Lord Dashgaban plans to be here in time for the feast, which is tomorrow night. So it's sort of like they're calling it like the reconciliation. Well, I think they're all coming. They've all been summoned. to come here. So I think
Okay.
all 8
So-
leaders are supposed to be, and I think maybe 5 of them are here now, and the rest are either arriving tonight, tomorrow. But my understanding is that all of them will be here in time for the feast tomorrow night. So like within the next 24 hours, all of them are scheduled to
Okay,
work.
so we need to figure out what's going on because the Sargavans they've already tried to kill the king and his entire family. What's to stop them from, oh, we've got all the leaders of all the places around here together. Let's just wipe out all the leaders instead. So I very much want to go check out what they're trying to smuggle in here.
Okay.
And I trust Nina as, yeah, let's just go back and say I don't. So, her being in charge of the guard duties and the weirdness.
Well, in charge of is too
What's
strong a
it?
word. There are
Right. But
chief
it goes up
guards, there
through
are
them, so-
administrators, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if you look at if we were to look at the org chart on that, at the top of that particular org chart would be Nina Gliblammer as the Lord Chamberlain.
but yeah, I think we need to go check out what's going on with this stuff and make sure. Agree something bad's about to happen and.
Well,
rather
as
than
Gall,
not.
as you pointed out, if all eight nobles are going to be at this thing tomorrow night.
Yeah. Be a great place to try and poison something or. Do something, blow up wherever this is gonna be or something like that. Like I said, they've already proven that one of their avenues is to take out the leadership.
Right.
So they tried the king and almost succeeded and got really dang close. That didn't quite work, but you know what? If you've got all 8 of the leaders here, guess what? Here's your second attempt, and you've got them all in one spot.
Yeah, it's the one hand grenade theory, right?
All you need is one good shot.
Oop, oop,
Like I said, you almost had a good shot last time. You just need to make this one count. So
right. The last thing he wants to mention is that he came aware that there was another. So Balin has left. Balin has gone back to Sequin.
right.
But Gallo says, I heard from Jinis, and he goes, Jinis, tell me what you told me about Sequin earlier today. He goes, I forgot exactly the details. And Jinis kind of steps up and said, there was another group of people from Sequin that arrived this morning. And Jinis is like, in my understanding that at least one of them will be attending the banquet tomorrow night.
Right. Didn't you say it was like the red-haired chick from back in Sequin?
He's like, I didn't hear anything about any red-haired girl, but there is a dwarf named some military dwarf named Colonel Keghammer, something like that, who's representing the current provisional government of Sequin.
Who is it?
Colonel Keghammer?
That's not the dude who like took over.
No, you're talking about Vortbert.
Yeah,
Vortbert is the guy you're thinking of, but
he's another one on my list.
But yeah, who's this Keghammer? You guys have never heard of this guy. But according to
No.
Jinis, he's the head of a political, an envoy maybe from Sequin, from what Jinis referred to as the provisional government of Sequin. So you guys, here's where the government of Sequin. So when you guys left, Vortbert was pretty much in charge politically of the town of Sequin, right? And he had come to you and made some offers, which you guys rejected and that kind of stuff. You guys essentially, so you'll remember Balin and the head of the Lyceum, Simeon, Professor Simeon, were pals. And basically, you guys have been working with Simeon, and he's like, "Let me put you in touch with my guy. He needs protection to get to Bresk and petition the king on behalf of Sequin to, for aid and that kind of stuff." But seemed like, if you guys look back, that wasn't Vortbert's doing. That was Simeon's doing. So
yeah,
you kind of got the impression that it was a nice way to sort of get you out of town as well, where he felt after you guys put paid to the hydromancer, You know, it might not have, it wasn't necessarily impolitic for you guys to sort of get out of town for a couple of days. He just didn't know that you guys would become embroiled in a war between two factions of dwarves. I mean,
You know
nobody
what?
really
It's
did
that's
that.
our thing.
That's
That's
our
our thing.
thing. Cause of trouble wherever you
Wait,
go.
wait, wait. Wait, there's a huge army and a bunch of dwarves? Yes, we're gonna get in the middle of that.
Yes, we want to be part of that.
That's what we want to do.
Yeah, and so speaking of causing trouble wherever he goes, welcome Eric, who has joined us.
Welcome.
Eric.
You're muted, Eric, if you're talking, and no video. Andrew, what are you drinking tonight? I saw that Glencairn go up and down. I'm a little jealous.
Oh, wild turkey.
Ooh, old school.
Yes, very old school.
All right. Well, we don't hear anything from Eric. I'm sure he will join in properly here in a few moments. Anyway, that's what so this Keghammer guy, referred to as Colonel Keghammer, is here. Now, Jinis didn't know about any red-haired woman that may or
I
may
thought
not
you
have accompanied him, but I
could have
suppose
swore last time we talked about someone. Maybe my brain's going on in the middle of too many campaigns. But for some reason, I was thinking I forgot about it until you mentioned that. But I thought, wait, I thought the end of last time, someone said there was some woman that showed up, and I thought I started describing that chick that drove Arendar crazy.
was it maybe
It was somebody.
was this something that you
some
guys talked
red-haired
about
chick.
with Pixis, maybe?
Yeah, I
Did
don't know.
Pixis see somebody like that? I don't think so. All right, I'll have to go
I'll go
back
look.
through the records and see if it. But yeah, as far
Like I
as
said, I'm
Jinis
also
is
in multiple
aware,
campaigns, so I
yeah,
might be remembering what's
Jinis
going
isn't
on.
aware of a red-haired woman. That doesn't mean she doesn't exist. It's just not aware that she's come. You know, he's like, look, I just heard about this today.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, but
All right.
that's what he
Well, I'm ready to
knows.
go. I'm ready to go dive in the sewers and kill some people. I
All
mean,
right,
figure out what's going on.
kill some people and figure out what's going on. Okay. All right, so the feast goes on, and it's very collegial. Wine is poured, the food is good. Earl Narian, for his part, is a excellent host, and frankly, he finds he's glad that you guys and the Duke and the Duke's retinue are guests of his, because frankly, it doesn't look like there's a ton of excitement around here. Certainly, he's not getting out there in battles and that kind of stuff. So
Oh,
he's a commercial dude, so he's got a lot of trade going on, but it can be boring sometimes, and that kind of thing. It's not certainly not as exciting as
definitely,
what you guys are doing.
definitely make friends with him and let him know we definitely bring excitement. You might not always like it, but
Gotcha. Okay, so to that end, um, you guys passed the evening quite a bit. Now, are you thinking about going out to this graveyard at night, or are you thinking
that's
about
the
waiting
best
until the
time.
morning, or what do you want to do? I'm
Well,
assuming you
they
want to
went
get at
down to
least
a
8 hours.
sewer, right? They
So
went
yeah,
down to the
that's what
sewer, right?
Pixis said. She said there was like a sewer. Now you guys will remember from when you rescued Jinis. You guys
We had
came.
to go down.
You guys went in a different way. But you got those maps from that cartographer that show all these various tunnels.
Yeah,
So when you guys sort of
we still have to.
cross-reference that kind of stuff, you realize that that little prison that they had Jinis in that had been disused for a long time,
Uh-huh.
the area that Pixis said that she saw the monks dropping down the barrels into this thing and following into it connects.
Mhm.
Now, you guys came at it from a different direction, but it
Right.
connects with that place because you'll remember when that letter from Nina Glibglammer that said you guys can escape this way. So it's basically the reverse of the
Yeah.
escape route.
Okay.
But that's the place. That's what
Gotcha.
she's talking about. And if you go back to some of your
Oh,
maps and stuff like that, you think, yeah, these guys may have gone into the sort of tunnels, which
again,
Pixis would maybe have sort of
solidifies.
easily sort of missed as sort of assumed they were like sewers or tunnels or something like that.
Right, but this solidifies my thought that Nina's in charge of this because we know she knows about this because she tried to get us to escape that way. So she knows very much about this route. And if
Mm-hmm.
someone's trying to smuggle something in that route, as far as Erengar's concerned, that just proves she's
I mean, you guys well know
somehow
if you wanted to smuggle something into the city without passing by, because right now security at the main gates is pretty
pretty tight.
tough. Yeah,
Right.
everybody's being inspected. All wagons are being looked at. Duke Gallo's men, so he's brought probably a couple of hundred soldiers with him. They're all outside. They're not allowed inside the city. So they're all camped out outside because they can't get in. Security's tight. So if you wanted to smuggle something in during the festival, I mean, yeah, that would be because you guys know from your own experience that you can go, what can go one way can go the other way. But yeah, that same
Right.
prison is, right in the
Right.
line.
Well, I would say we need to go sooner rather than later to stop something as soon as possible, but also I'm not worried about it being nighttime because one, all of us can see in the dark, and the other,
That's
no
a
one
good
will see
point.
us going in there. And when you're underground, it's dark anyway, it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, it's dark anyway.
I would rather go. Maybe we'll have a good meal. We'll take advantage of the nice host, and then we'll suit up and hit the road. Unless anybody else has a different opinion.
My worry is
I'm
that
just
those
kinda-
guys are
I wanna s-
plumbers, and we're gonna jump into
Oh.
a cesspool that they're trying to fix before the big convergence.
Right. But we'll just take extra belts with us too. That way they get something to pull our pants up.
Good thinking. Extra socks.
That'll make them happy. That'll make them happy. But yeah, I'm doing two things. One, I'm just trying to advance the story to the next thing.
No, I
But,
think Arendar's good at the long game.
Hello, B team.
Hey, there he is.
Hey,
How you doing?
we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
If I speak in a warm, confident tone, can you hear me?
You're drunk
We can.
already?
I'm actually not drunk. I have had no alcohol. I'm extremely tired and I'm wired on coffee. And
Where was your big
Okay.
trip today?
we just got back from a road trip to Stamford, Connecticut.
Okay.
And,
What's in
uh,
Stanford?
in Stamford is my wife's that's her American hometown, and
Oh,
there was
okay.
a uh, municipal pumpkin patch festival at which bunch bikes needed to be represented. So my wife is she works for Bunch Bikes,
Gotcha. Okay.
bunchbikes.com,
Very
cargo
cool.
trikes.
Very cool. Okay.
For,
I was gonna guess trees.
actually,
Yes.
related, cargo trikes. Anyway, so we went to a festival to represent Bunch Bikes there, and just got back. Good to see you. Sorry that I'm late.
Yeah, no worries. I'm glad. I hope you had a good time.
We had an interesting time.
Good.
I'm glad to be home. It's
I bet.
great to see you all.
Interesting
Just get
doesn't
rid of
sound
the
the same as
confidence
good.
bravado.
I'm sorry. What's that?
Get
Interesting
rid of that
doesn't
extra
sound.
confidence and bravado.
Oh, I'm just trying to keep a stiff upper lip. Carry on, keep calm, carry on.
Okay.
Keep calm, carry on.
There you go.
Full
All
speed
right.
ahead. Anyway, Teenage Monk, ready to put this back down on the bad guys.
Gotcha. All right, cool. All right, so you guys are going to go at night then. So I'm assuming that this is going to be in the wee hours of the morning because it's relatively early. You've had a long day of festival going and stuff like that. So you probably want to grab your 8 hours so you can recycle spells and that kind of thing. So I'm assuming you guys will leave 3 in the morning-ish.
That'll work.
Does that work?
It's still dark outside, so we shouldn't be seen going in. And once we're down there, it's
Right.
dark the whole time, so it
Right.
won't matter.
All right. So this particular graveyard, Bresca obviously has several graveyards. This one is old, very little. It's not used much anymore. It's largely filled. You're talking about an environment in which there's a limited amount of space, right? Remember, this is a city under mountain, within the mountains. So they can't, they have to chop things out and that kind of stuff. It does have, it is sort of outside of the city, so there is an outdoor portion of it, and you guys are able to get there quite easily, sort of out through the rear gates of the city, and then just walk around and that kind of stuff. There's a little river next to it. There's a little rusted iron fence around it. It's clearly in a state of repair. There's lichen on the gravestones. There's some of which have been toppled over. The trees, such as they are very spindly and not very good. And it's quite cold outside. This is the first time I think that remind me, when you guys were escaping from Bresk, I don't think you didn't go by this thing because you were worried that because Nina had said to you, there's material in the obelisk.
Yeah,
that
we didn't
will.
go this way.
You didn't go this way. Okay, that's what I thought. So this is the first time you're seeing it, but
Clear of that.
as you guys approach, you could see that in the center of the graveyard, there is quite undeniably a large gravestone in the shape of an obelisk, because of the design, the shape of the design, which is very atypical for dwarves. You can see that it's easy to see from the edges of the from the edges of the graveyard itself, but you don't see any people there. No guards, no people. Just lonely graves in the wind.
Keeping our eyes open for people around there or any kind of lookouts, but
Okay.
yeah, basically head towards whatever. Is it Pixis?
Pixis
Yeah.
told us where the underground access was.
Yeah, so you guys investigate I'm assuming you investigate the thing until you find, the area. And to your eyes, you're right, it does kind of look like a sewer. What you end up finding is there's a hole in the ground that's covered by sort of a large spot, 4 foot by 4 foot, and it's covered by a large rusty grate. If you hold, well, I guess your dark vision won't matter. You peer down past it, and it goes down about, maybe 5-6 feet until it lands in some sort of stone sort of channel, and there is water coming through that channel. So it would be very easily, if you had just looked at it from up above, like you assume Pixis did, it would be very easily to assume that this is a sewer or connected to the sewers, some sort of outflow drain. But there is some water in it. Could be snow melt, could be anything.
Does the grate just lift up?
Yeah, you slot some fingers down.
Lift the grate up. It's just sitting there, so we just lift it up and push it to the side.
Yeah, it's not locked down or anything. In fact, at one point it was sort of bolted down, but those bolts have long time hence have corroded. There you can see some of them in the slots where the head of the bolt has sort of rusted to the grate itself. They haven't been managed in some long time. But yeah, the bolts, it just lifts up. The bolts have all the bolts that would have held it down are corroded through, and pieces of them are broken off and that kind of stuff. It just sits there.
Okay.
That's a little heavy, weighs about probably 30-40 pounds, but to lift it up, but it's somebody of your strength, and even more so if somebody helps you out, you can easily lift it vertically and sort of set it aside.
Yeah. I lift it and push it to the side so we can.
I'm gonna help him out by standing there. Why are you grunting, wuss?
You need to work out more.
You need to do some sit-ups.
Yeah. So, like I said, after I move it out of the way, then I'll be the first one down.
Okay. All right. You step in there and you realize that this channel, the water there is only a few inches deep. It's not deep at all. And as you look into the darkness, you see that it's kind of burbling along. It doesn't have a strong aroma to it, which is thankful for being a sewer channel that goes underneath a graveyard. But it's not super smelly, and it doesn't look like it's wastewater, for lack of a better term.
Right. Being in a graveyard, while I'm sitting here, and especially now that I've got it on here, I'm gonna take probably once per direction, so 4 rounds.
Okay.
And just do a detect undead every direction.
Hey, you
Probably
think
about
that's a
60
good
feet.
idea?
What, in the basement of a graveyard? Ah. All right, so
Okay, dead or dead. I'm fine with those. It's the undead that I'm.
so it's just a single channel. So there's no north, south, east, or west. It's just say east and west. The direction
Okay.
towards the city is west. So you check east first and detect undead. What's the range on that?
60 feet.
He asked innocently.
It's
60 feet. Okay. So yeah, you detect the east away from the city, and you do not get any undead vibes. As you detect west, however, far off in the distance, you do sense. Well, it's certainly further up beyond than 60 feet, which you're wondering why. Is it very strong? That kind of thing. You do get a little
But
bit of an undead
It's
vibe.
beyond my limit, but I can sense something that direction. I guess.
Something's out there. In fact, as you are doing that, the moment you're sort of like concentrating to say, what is that? You hear sort of a high pitched kind of, sort of off in the distance.
Hmm.
You're not sure. It did not sound like a human scream or a person scream. It sounded other.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna let them know that. I assume we're heading towards the city, and towards the city, there's some undead in front of us.
Well, yeah, you've got at this point to get to the prison, you've probably got a 200 to 300 yard walk, and it's a walk. I mean, you don't have to crawl through caverns or anything. You do remember at least part of it. You do remember that there were some zombies sort of buried in some of the things there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I believe you killed most of those. There were also some
We
zombies
killed
in
everything we
pits
came
and
across, yeah.
yeah. So I don't know, maybe some have been, come out. I mean, when you're in an underground area that's this large, I mean, it could be that more have shown
Could
up.
be
You never
anywhere.
know. Yeah, you could be
Yeah.
anywhere. But yeah, you do detect, you hear this sort of wail off in the distance. And it's WAIL, not like a whale, not like an ocean.
Not like a huge,
Uh,
like a blue whale.
Yeah, you guys are in the
black
mountains,
whale.
not the ocean.
Dude, there's an ocean down here.
Yeah, that must be the blowhole. Yeah, some sort of like it's an unearthly whale, but it's quite a distance away.
Right. Okay.
And the
So
sound, I
there's
mean, you
one of
can't.
them.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll move aside just to start letting other people down, but I'm gonna start inching my way west.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
You're
get too
moving
far
west.
away from the party until we're all down here.
I'll drop down and start moving west with him.
Okay. All right. I assume everyone in their turn drops down and takes a look around. Give me
I can't see a map. Can everybody else see a map?
No.
we're not on a map yet.
Oh, all right. I was just making sure.
Do not worry. Do not fear.
Okay, I dropped
Yeah, everybody give me a quick perception check. Or a survival check, whatever is better.
Hmm.
How do we do that when we don't have our icons? Do we have our icons to do that? I guess.
Well,
Yeah, I
the
guess
only
they're already
only-
there. This
Look
one
on
you
your
don't have to
character
click.
sheet, Jennifer.
Yeah, no, I just meant the ones the macros that were made. You don't have to click on your character to get them. They're at the bottom of this.
no,
one.
that's only for
Yeah, they're at the
initiative.
bottom. Yeah, you can do it anytime.
Okay.
I got a 30 less. That 17 was just a bare 20 roll. So
Okay.
Gondrum looks at his shoe.
28.
Wow. Okay. Vondrum got a 11.
Yeah.
All right. So other than Vondrum, the rest of you guys spot this pretty quickly. Sort of near in the channel, you see, and it's relatively recent, but you see the marks of those sort of like. Well, I mean, if you reach down and touch it, it's like a little bit of brown sawdust is sort of like in a streak along the
Like barrels
edge of the
was
channel.
drug along here.
Potentially, yeah. I
Like
mean,
a
that would
barrel or a
certainly
crate or
explain it.
something that was drug along here.
Yep.
Okay. And that's why we're here. So, okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep those in sight, and as I continue on, make sure I'm following wherever those are going.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a continuous streak. You do periodically you see a little bit of this. It looks like maybe a barrel or barrels were dragged along here. As far as you can tell, I mean, there's only one of the streaks in any one place. So Pixis said barrels. Maybe it was just one barrel. we don't know. You know, she may have misinterpreted or what have you. So, but dragging a barrel through here, 3 men, it would have been, especially if it was like the size of a beer barrel, it might have been more difficult. It's kind of tight quarters. You can only
Right.
go through here. You can
Right.
only go through here single file.
Single file? Okay.
Continue moving closer to the prison area, and you're beginning to sort of remember some of these, you know, some of the things, and it becomes less a channel and more like a cave, or you know, like a cave tunnel. And you begin to get closer. Again, you come to a couple of different intersections and that kind of stuff, and at least one more time, and this time you all hear it, is that sort of wailing sound in the distance. In this case, it's gone to like it's coming from a different direction, not necessarily from behind you, but not directly in front of you either, maybe off to the side. It's really difficult to determine where sounds are coming from because there's so many echoes. It's stone chambers and stuff like that. It's really difficult. But pretty
And just so
soon,
you know,
Mhm.
all of us can naturally see in the dark except for Ono, and we got Ono the goggles
The-
of the night, so
the
he's got those down. So all of us
Yep.
have dark vision right now.
So
we are
no
not using
torches, no
lights.
lanterns, no
Right.
Yeah,
obvious.
no one
Yeah,
can see us coming.
you guys are moving through these tunnels like creatures of the caves.
And
Yeah.
yes, never mind.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Let's see if this works. There we go. Okay. All right. So pretty soon you find yourself in a channel, not a channel, like a tunnel, in which you begin to see it's very much what you remember. I should go ahead and just get rid of that. It's very much you remember, and you think, yes, I think we're very close to where the entrance to the sort of cave was, the zombie cave. In fact, you think it's right over here past this dark area that I just took away the light from.
Okay.
Give me a quick perception check.
Everybody?
Yeah, why not? Natural twinzo. There's Vondran back with some good rolls. Oh yeah,
Oh, gosh.
everybody's thinking. Except for Ono. Ono's not paying attention. All right,
Big
so
the last time.
Teenager. We didn't charge his iPad, so he's probably now.
So even here in Wraith and Arendar, I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know if this is. I just put the characters there. You guys are heading right to the east, by the way,
Right,
on
so I
this
put
map.
myself out front.
Right. Correct. So those of you, so Titus, you and Poe and Wraith, you basically shush everybody because you hear something very faint off in the distance. Again, it's difficult to tell exactly where it's coming from. At least it's not one of these wails. It sounds more like a shuffling sound or a groaning sound. But it's coming from
More like a
somewhere
zombie.
up ahead.
Does it sound like a zombie sound?
Could be.
Heard these days.
It could be.
I'm gonna move over to right behind my brother.
All right. Yeah, as you go closer and you get closer to that turnoff, the sound becomes a little bit more clear. It's still quite faint. And certainly if you rolled, for example, a natural 1 on your perception, you probably don't hear anything.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
That's trouble.
Yeah, it's but yeah,
But if you rolled a natural 20,
if you rolled a natural 20, then yes, you basically you're focusing on, you can hear. It sounds like a shuffling and a little bit of like it's not
it
not
sounds
loud,
like
but like maybe a groan.
my
you know, kind
bones when I try to get off the couch. Yes, they're creaky. I get that.
All right, I guess at this point, I'm gonna cast
just like
message.
that.
Okay,
Oh, good call.
you're gonna cast message. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Everybody, now you're talking in each other's brains again. Well, I guess no, you're the central repository, right, Andrew?
We
For
can
that
all
for
Did you
message?
say suppository?
Repository.
Ah, yes, yes,
I thought he said suppository.
I did too.
I did not.
That's different.
I would not do that. That would be rude. All right. Okay. So you guys move forward. Arendar, as you move forward a little bit, you see there is a little cavern tunnel that goes off to your right and behind, and you are pretty sure that that leads back into the area where the where that prison was. You can now hear quite well. Clearly, is too strong a word, but you could definitely hear groaning and shuffling noises.
Okay.
And they
In case
definitely
it
sound
wasn't
like
clear,
zombies.
Sounded
I've
lively.
got the
to me.
shield up high.
You got the shield of faith? What?
Sure, let's do that too. I don't have that. No, I'm just saying I've got my shield and falcata out, so
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you're
I'm ready. I'm not. Yeah, I'm ready for combat. Only
gotcha. Okay.
what
Anybody else? Is anybody? And I'm assuming you're channeling that information through Titus to everybody else.
Yeah, that I'm going around a corner and. You're
Oh,
at the
no.
wall. Oh no.
Oh no, went into the wall.
I
Oh no!
did
What
it.
are you doing?
Oh, oops.
Maybe that's a monk thing. Maybe you can do that.
The monk
Wait.
thing.
Is that the wall?
Monks
Is
can
that
just
a
like
wall?
go
Yeah,
on the walls.
that's solid wall. I just didn't do because of the way the thing is set up. I didn't do the
Oh.
things because you came from the other way last time, and I used a duplicate of that map.
Got it.
Don't really understand where
So
we're
yeah, we
supposed
gotta
to
stay along the top
I'm
until
not
you get to where
sure
I'm at, and
where
then
we
start going
are.
down in there.
Yeah.
Do let's.
Just stay up here.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, stay along the top until you get to where
Oh, sorry about that. I'm in the
Wraith is pretty
that's the
close to
wall.
the opening, and then you start going down into
I
the place.
understand now.
And I'm just
Yeah,
following.
Arendar, I think I'm going to put protection from evil on you, just in case we
Actually,
run
I've
into.
got that. I've got an item that does that for me. So
Oh, you do?
actually,
Oh,
thanks for
okay.
reminding me. I'm going to activate
Great,
the protection.
great.
Okay.
But yeah, that's good to have on anybody who. Yeah,
Is it tall enough? How high is the roof here?
It's low. It's not. I mean, it's probably only 6 to 10 inches above your heads.
So making
So-
oh no bigger would not be a good thing.
Probably not.
Then he would experience scrunch rules.
Scrunch rules suck. Done.
They can suck. All right, so Arendar, so Arendar is protecting from evil, messages up from Titus. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna get ready to go in. And if I see any, say, ghouls or zombies, I will punch them.
All right.
I'm gonna
I'll
summon.
cast bless on
actually-
everybody, Les.
Okay, you're gonna cast bless.
I'm summoning a monster.
and then yeah, if you wanted to do the protection from evil, Ono's another melee benefit from that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'll do that too, Les. Before we get in here, I'll put the protection from evil on Ono because he's
Okay.
he's definitely a close-up fighter.
Okay.
I haven't studied much on it, but I've got magic circle against evil, but I think that means you have to stay in one place.
It follows you, doesn't it?
It follows you and it protects it around you, but I don't know. This is
I
the
think
first
it's-
fight, so I don't know if I.
I'm just saying it's an option if you guys
Right.
message me.
Oh yeah, it's a 10-foot radius coming from whoever has the spell cast on them.
Yeah.
All creatures
Yeah, I
within
haven't
the
used
magic.
it yet.
Yeah.
All creatures in there
Like I
get
said, this is the first combat, so let's hold that one.
Okay.
But yeah, that's definitely a 45 for spell to use.
cool. Anybody else doing anything?
I'm
I'm gonna hang back and wait.
an earth elemental.
You're gonna summon an earth elemental. You were breaking up there, so you're gonna summon an earth elemental.
Did you catch that one? Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What size? A small one. Okay.
Earth
Small.
elemental.
Okay.
That's cool.
How
'Cause
many?
We're down in the caverns, right? I mean,
Yeah, you guys are definitely down in the cavern. So how many hit points does something like that have? Here, I can look it up.
I can tell you.
I think 16 is what it starts off with.
A earth elemental, small, 4 foot, 80 pounds. Wait for it. Just searching it.
13 hit points.
Where did you find that? So I'm looking at it, but I don't see the hit points.
I clicked on small.
Oh, I didn't click on it, maybe. That's it. There you go.
All right,
right.
These-
I'm gonna
that-
cast Ghost Sound,
Okay.
and I want it to be the exact opposite of wherever we are, and it's gonna sound like fresh, squishy brains.
Okay. So sort of like,
Gurgle, sklosh. It's just gonna sound. Zombies would go.
all right. So you're casting ghost sound and
Smells like
and
fresh baking cookies.
all right. In response, so a couple of things happen. One, Vondrum, the earth elemental, the small earth elemental steps out from the wall. Here, let
Well, I
me.
want to put it, I want to put it, and that was one of the things I was going to ask you. I was just waiting my turn to be more specific.
Okay.
Where, how far, I mean, we've spotted these things around the corner. I
No, we
can't
haven't
see.
spotted anything yet.
Oh.
We have not spotted any enemies yet. We just can hear them up in front of us somewhere.
Oh,
But we
I'm
don't
sorry.
even know what they are yet.
I thought you spotted them. So what I want to do is hold that spell, and then as soon as I can get them 2, 4, 5, 4, 20, 45 feet in front of me. I want to put them on the other side of whatever we run across.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
Position.
All right, so you're just holding that in. Titus, you're still doing, so you're doing the ghost sound. So you do a ghost sound and it's like everybody kind of looks around. It's quite loud. At least, you guys have been being quiet and that kind of stuff. It's quite loud. Although,
It's far from us, though.
you're sending it into the cavern.
Yeah, it's. I want it away from us, so
Got it. Okay.
so that it would attract a first strike from brain dead, brain hungry, brain seeking.
Gotcha.
zombies.
Okay. Give me, all right, you cast it. Give me a quick perception check as you look towards where you've casted it to.
Okay. All these perception checks.
Yeah, you got to know what's going on.
Okay. Perception. There it is. 30.
Okay. After you set off the ghost sound, you do hear now you hear more clearly, and I guess everybody would at this point would start to hear more clearly the sounds of shuffling, more groans. But Arendar, you don't see anything coming your way. Arendar, give me a quick perception check,
Right.
and Wraith too. All right, so Arendar, yeah, that makes sense. Arendar, you're in a better position to see that. So you will remember from the last time you're here, you're looking into this cavern, and this is the cavern where the zombies attacked you guys. But as you look over there, you
Right.
can see that those places that opened up in the ground, like pits almost, those places haven't been fixed. The areas where the zombies came out of the walls and stuff like that, that's all still broken up. You can see that the pits themselves, where the floor, the stone had collapsed inward, those still seem to be open. The sounds that you're hearing, the shuffling, now the increased groaning in response to the ghost sound, seem to be coming from those pits.
Oh, the pits?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's at least a couple of them in there. You don't see any creatures though.
Okay. So we still not in combat? I can still move.
Yeah, you're not in combat.
Just some small bits. Okay, so I'm gonna move up to here.
Okay.
Are any of those pits close enough that I can see down in them?
Not from where you're standing, no.
Okay.
But you could definitely. All right, so you move forward. So basically, you're standing there. Hold on, I gotta put some light in
I don't
there so
remember
everybody
exactly
can
where
see.
those were.
Hold on, let me get some light on there so it's in the thing. All right, hold on. Ignore that. Ignore it.
Too late.
No, you must. There. Hold on. I've done it again. Sometimes getting things to play nice is tricky. This should work. Ta-da! Okay. Oh, sorry. So the pits are here, and there's one right next to him. Hold on a second. And here. And so now you're standing right there. And those were pits that you saw beforehand. I'm going to stick this, I'm just going to stick this torch down in the thing there. So as you peer down in there, you definitely now understand where the noise was coming from. There are several zombies in the pit that you're standing at. And there's the sound of what sounds like more zombies in the far pit.
So we wiped out everything here. So since then, there's been other zombies wander in here, and they've fallen in the pits, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, probably different zombies, yeah, who've walked in here. As you look around, you've done a fair amount of damage to this place, right? So you'll recognize there's a place over here, this place here. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong thing. This place right here, that little hole.
Yeah.
You guys made
that's how
that
we got
hole,
in prison.
right?
Yeah,
So
we got in prison.
you guys kicked or knocked the stone wall in there. It has not been repaired.
Right.
So it's still. I
Okay,
mean, that hole
I'm
still
looking-
exists.
I'm looking for the crates or the drag marks for the barrels.
Okay.
Do those go into the prison, or do those continue down south?
Those continue. So here, I'll show you. If give me a perception check or survival check, probably more. What did you get? Give me survival too.
Huh.
Natural 1. Okay. You see some sawdust, like right about here. Just a little pile of that same every once in a while you saw it in the thing, you see a little pile of sawdust, and it's like sort of against the wall. The walkway here is kind of thin, but there's a little of that sort of scraped sawdust is kind of like right there. But you don't
But I
see any
can't
other
tell where it
drag
goes from
marks.
there. Okay.
No.
I'm gonna whisper to Ray, which Chuck's not at his desk, but
Okay.
I want to whisper for him to come up. Actually, Poe right behind him? If Poe was right behind him, I imagine Wraith is already pretty much in this hall, kind of close behind me. So Poe would have been just behind him. I'm gonna whisper to both of them.
Okay.
Hey, help me figure out where those barrels got dragged. I'm not sure. I don't see where they went.
Poe, give me a survival check instead of perception as well. Survival is equivalent to tracking.
Right.
Yeah.
Natural
Holy
20. All right. So as you go over there, you inspect the the sawdust, and you say, yes, it's right here. You can obviously see, and Aaron is like, well, it's not so freaking obvious for me. But yeah, you can see that the drag marks come across the thing in this arrow, and stops at a place on the wall. Now everybody give me a quick intelligence check.
Not my strong suit.
Not my strong point.
Oh, you did pretty good.
I did okay.
Holy crap.
There you go.
Yeah. Erendar's pretending to be smart. Probably because he stayed in a Holiday Express last night.
That's what I expected.
So Ono and Arendar actually, Ono kind of reaches out and goes to Arendar. Hey, do you remember that place? There was like a secret door or something in there that led into the prison administrative offices there, right about there or so.
Right about there.
Where?
Where that yellow line is that I just put.
Oh,
Okay.
Right about
Well,
where the barrel drags.
We'll call Wraith over and say, Wraith, find this secret door right here and figure out how to open it.
Bondrum's really good at that too, actually.
okay.
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 Nice.
Bondrum, Wraith, get up here and find this secret door and get us in there.
Titus, what are you doing back there in the hallway?
Don't ask. I wasn't doing anything.
I wasn't doing anything.
Mind your own business.
What are you doing back there?
I guess I'm going to.
We've been around these dwarves for a long time.
I was looking for intelligence check. I haven't done one. I don't know where it is anymore.
Just well, it's just roll d20 and add your intelligence bone.
So I was back
Oh.
in the hallway. I took a 2.5 foot step, I guess, to
Okay.
let everybody pass me down that narrow hall.
Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
I could stand at that corner and basically cover with arrows. So when they say
Gotcha.
come down here and look, I'm gonna come
Yeah,
down,
come down here
and
and
look.
find this secret door and open it for us.
I rolled a
So
17. I don't know if that worked.
Yeah, you spot it almost immediately. It's not your guess is that it's more of a secret on the other side of the door than it is on this side of the door. It's still kind of concealed because, you know, who knows what's going running around. And you don't necessarily want it's like, you guys ever see the original Dawn of the Dead? You remember when Flyboy gets killed and he knows about the panels that cover the door and he goes right there because he knows there's food up there? You don't necessarily some of these zombies still have the vestiges of an animal-like intelligence. And so if there was an obvious door here, they would be maybe trying to get in it. So it is kind of concealed, but it's pretty easy to spot. Both you and Ray spot it at the same time and check it out.
Well, I can spot it, but I sure as heck can't open if it's trapped.
so what's the roll that I need to make? Well, first of all, I'm gonna check for traps.
That's a perception roll. That's a perception. 17 perception. As far as you can
18.
tell, 18. As far as you can tell, there's no traps.
And
Doesn't
now
look trapped.
to try and open it,
Disable
just-
device.
well, if it's locked.
Correct.
So I will try to open it.
Okay.
33.
Oh, 32? 33?
32?
Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah,
Nice.
it's not locked. There's like a little there's like it's not even really cunningly concealed. There's like a little hasp on the edge that has been sort of like peppered over. You're like, oh, here it is. You sort of pry it off with your dagger. It looks like it's been used recently too. Maybe the last day or two, and sort of like pushed back and sort of like kind of covered a little bit with, you know, detritus and dust from the ground and stuff like
Right.
that. But you spot it pretty easily. You just pop that lever off it and it does open up. There's like a small tunnel that goes immediately up. So it's not like a door into a room. It's like something underneath and you go up and it goes up like a trap door.
Okay. So I will let everyone know via message what I have found and ask Arendar if he wants to go first or if he wants me to go first.
I'll
Hey,
go
Les,
first.
before
you
we get
shoot
too
whoever
far with
wants
that,
me.
I say let Ono go first.
Les, I want Lorelai to do something different before we
Okay.
get out of this room. I
What's
wanna
Lorelai
go
gonna
check
do?
out- I want to go have her check the pit that we dig and go into that cell area just to see if there's anybody in there at this point.
Just fly into the cells. Okay. Yeah. You want to
Yeah.
do that real quick? Just go in there and kind
Yeah.
of like fly
Okay.
around.
Yep.
All right. The cell doors are all, it's the first thing that she sees. The cell doors are all unlocked and standing open, except for one cell door down in the middle of the right-hand side of her looking. So left-hand side to us, right-hand side for her as she looks down the hallway. There's one that's closed and locked, and she can see that there does seem to be somebody lying there on a pallet of straw, sort of just sitting there unmoving.
Okay, she'll ask him what he did.
So she goes up there. So the first thing she thinks is she sees a dwarf, a dwarf with bright red hair and a beard. He's dirty, disheveled, but he's wearing some odd clothes. And the first thing you see is he's got like a stained kind of cloth apron on. And the second thing she notices, well, probably the first thing you notice, is that he's wearing a hat of some sort, a strange hat. Lorelai, I don't know, would be able to identify these hat, but maybe you guys can.
Yeah, cook.
Chef's hat.
Well, he was a
Duke.
cook.
And he seems to, so Lorelai says something to him.
Yep.
Because he looks asleep or dead when she flies up.
No, she'll ignore that and just say, "What happened to you?" in her squeaky happy voice.
And he's like, and you see him sort of like looking around, and he kind of like, who said that? And then he looks around, he spots Lorelai, and he kind of squints in the thing. You can see his face is kind of bruised up, and you see that he's shackled by one hand, one arm to the wall. There's a shackle there, but it's, you know, you can see that there's a straw bed of sorts. It's just basically a pile of straw. It's just thrown on the ground. There's a bucket within reach that smells quite badly. There's another bucket on the other side. You can see that this guy's been keeping his 2 different buckets on various things. That one looks like it has a little water in it. You don't see any food or anything. It looks like he's been beat up. And he's like, who are you? I mean, are you a figment of my imagination? What are you? You're no dwarf, and you're certainly not those Sargovans.
She'll say, I'm just a little fey.
I think we're all a little
On
fey, aren't we? I know what you mean. I was back in college, chef school. I was drunk and silly.
So how'd
Well,
you end up down here?
She's like, I was taken by the king's guards. The Talons brought me down here and gave me to the Sargovans. The Sargovan
What?
ambassador. And they locked me down here.
Why?
I don't know. I did nothing. I've been
What's your
cooking for the king for 12 years, and I've never had a single complaint. I'd know all his dishes, and then 2 days ago they captured me. They dragged me out of my kitchen in front of everyone.
Ask there. We got the name of the female that poisoned the king. Back when we quizzed Jaws or whatever, we got her
Okay.
name. I'm curious if he knows who that is and if she's still working in the kitchen area.
I can't think of, as DM, I can't personally think of the name off the head. I have to go through my notes, but
No,
yeah,
he is
he
not, that's
definitely.
what I'm saying.
So Lorelai's part of the message, isn't she? So she's
Yeah.
back and forth. So Lorelai will ask that question, I assume, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember her. She left under left unexpectedly. No one knows whatever happened to her. She just one day she was working, and the next day she quit. She didn't even tender 2 weeks' notice as common in Bresk."
Okay, so she's gone because we were hoping to come back and catch her here.
But yeah, apparently this is the king's chef.
Not anymore.
Up until about 2.5 days ago, or 3 days ago.
So
He
ask
says
him
the
what he knows
talents.
about the
Oh, go ahead.
king's family get poisoned.
Oh, it was a terrible thing, but I know for a fact it wasn't from us. It was his. It was their. It was their house chefs that did that were blamed for that. Somebody wasn't paying attention to security and it got loose. It was a terrible thing. That was. I cooked for the. I was up. He's like, well, up until about 3 days ago, I cooked for the king in an official capacity. I'm not his personal chef. I'm the palace.
So will this
So
lady
he
that we
basically is like the king has his like the guy who cooks for him when he's at home, and then there's the palace chef, right? The guy who handles banquets and feeding the courtiers and the people who are associated with government and stuff like that.
Oh. And he's the one that feeds the whole banquet thing?
Yeah, banquets, state
Okay, and
dinners,
they're
that
about
kind
to
of
have
stuff.
another banquet. They're about to have another banquet. So yeah, they got rid of the real chef so they can put their own chef in there that's going to poison everyone.
What did Duke Gallo say about the chef disappearing? Did he say there was a reason for that, or did he say?
Duke Gallo said that
He said that he joked with the king because the king said he was joking about being poisoned, and the king's like, "Yeah, I had to fire my chef, which is this guy."
Yeah, it was when Duke Gallo was talking about when he was a kid, they used to switch plates, and he brought it up again to when he was with the Duke, and they had like a luncheon, or when he was with the king, and the king brought up that kind of laughed it off and basically said, "Yeah, I just had to fire my chef." The chef says that he was taken away by the Talons.
By the Talons, and he doesn't know why he was taken away.
They didn't do anything. They brought him. Basically, the story he tells is that he was in the kitchen. Group of Talons showed up. They grab him. They drag him off. They bring him. They bring him down here, where he runs into where he's tortured, essentially beat up and interrogated to a certain extent. Although he'll be the first to admit, he goes, "I don't think they were really interested in the answers to my questions. They were asking me questions about this and that, my job." And he says, my answers really didn't change anything. They just sort of beat me up and threw me in here. It was, so, and he'll say, and I know the guy who beat me up. It was that orcish assistant, the aide to the ambassador, the Sargovan ambassador. The guy's name is, I think,
Thatcher? Okay.
Torax or something like that.
Pause. Go to bed, kid. There
She was
im-
waiting for a while.
There was important instructions that needed to be conveyed. You were talking. I'm
Sorry.
terribly
So you
sorry.
had to wait here.
I find it amusing that Haley actually listens to you and goes to bed. Like Mike, you've had challenges where it takes a minute, right? But you say go to bed, kid, and she's out.
I do. I go to bed when he tells me to.
Well, I don't know if you
Alright.
actually go to bed, but you leave the room like you're going to bed, Haley. It looks like you should
It's just as good.
see it.
So I needed Chuck there during the bonfire.
Yeah,
No.
you need Chuck to say you ain't getting a darn kitten.
Yes.
Yeah, but I
Yes.
wouldn't say that.
You find her a bag.
I
Here,
have
take,
given
here,
you
take this with you.
chopstick.
All right.
If it was about a kitten, I'd
Um,
send your father to bed and give you one.
Goodness.
He didn't say that. Go away.
He
Close
didn't,
the
he
door.
didn't say that.
Okay, so yeah, the orc that's full of himself. Yeah,
You
I'd
need
like
to get this chef to Duke Gallo, I think, huh?
Yes.
Lorelei will say, hold tight, we'll try to get you out of here if we can.
Okay.
And go
Oh,
back.
there's no try. We got Wraith with us. There is no try. There is only do.
Well, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna free him first? Or are we gonna go upstairs first? I don't have a preference. I'm just saying.
Well, also there is
I
a
say for right now, let's rock the boat as little as possible, but tell him on our way out if I don't know how much to tell him. We're in here to investigate some oddities, and you being dismissed here might be one of those. On our
Okay.
way out, you're either going to be restored back to where you should be, or we're probably going to take you with us. But we don't want to raise any suspicion while we're in here if you all decide.
Well,
to-
should we at least heal him? It looks like he's pretty down.
yeah, he's injured. He's down to about maybe a fifth of his normal hit points.
So we can at least take a hit or two on the way out if we get stuck.
Well, there's also one thing the Lorelei want to point out. There's a door in that at the bottom of that cell block, which goes to what you also think. Well, you will remember
It
those
goes to the
are
administrative office, right?
those are the administrative office. That's the primary guard room is on the other side of that door.
If we can open it. We were still looking to see if there were locks on it, traps, right? Didn't.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
talking about
The secret door.
I'm
And
talking
this
about
other-
this is a primary door.
Saying that inside the cell area, we can get to the same place
Forget.
Well, maybe we haven't gone through here yet.
unless it's locked.
And that door looks to be open.
That's I'm going to give him a cure light through Lorelei.
Okay.
Points.
How many points?
9.
9? Oh, that would certainly bring him up to, I want to say, no, it's not acting funny. Yeah, that'll bring him up. He's like, oh, I felt better now. Whatever you've done, little Faye, I feel better than I have in days. You can see he's like, oh, my bruises are still a little sore, but I can go. I'm still. He gives a yank on the chain. I'm still
So-
chained to this wall, though.
Right.
We'll be
Not
back.
Waldo,
We'll-
Waldo.
We'll correct that once we come back.
You want me to stay here? What happens if you? Well, he'll go.
Pretend you didn't talk to us if someone else comes in here.
All right, I could do that. I wish you the best of luck, especially if you're going to be able to get me out of here. I hate it here.
So let me see. So what does everybody else think? That's just a theory I came up with, but if they didn't tell him what's going on,
Yeah, you hit it on the head
there's a
there. I
banquet
think.
coming up and they
Definitely.
smuggled something else in here. They pulled him out so they can put someone else in charge and
Yeah.
poison
Yeah.
the entire. I
Probably.
mean, it just makes
Sounds
sense. to
about
me.
right.
But let's go up here and see if there's anyone to adjudicate.
Word.
And
I
we're gonna
said-
try and not.
I said that for Ono's benefit.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Arendar's gonna say, we are gonna try to subdue in here, right?
What? Well, get up
If they're
this,
Sargovans, I'm gonna kill
Yeah.
them with extreme aggression.
well, get up this ladder and subdue all you want. I'll kill all the rest. Come on.
Where's the
Okay.
letter?
The subdual, is that for later interrogation?
Maybe
That or the fact that if it's so Arendar, when with his long-term thinking,
Mm-hmm.
the guys who are against us aren't really against us. They're just listening to corrupt superiors.
Okay.
So,
If you say the words heart and mind, I will bow the hell out of you right
oh
now.
no, not at all.
You guys, the rest of the party is starting to think that maybe Wraith and Arendar have heed their last haw. Some sibling rivalry is rearing its
Oh.
ugly head.
Oh, if anyone hears Wraith and Arendar talk to each other, they would swear that they are like enemies or always like at each other's throats. It's not until someone
It's all like
threatens the
twin
other
speak
one
too,
that
isn't
they
it?
see how wrong they are.
No, it's not always
But-
twin speak, but have you ever heard brothers that didn't talk to each other that way?
That's a good point.
Oh my
That's an
gosh,
excellent
yeah.
point. I got two brothers, so in between trying to beat each other's heads in.
Talking is
Oh.
actually the nice part.
So
Even if it sounds angry. So go.
yeah, if I see anyone who's identified as a Sargavan, yeah, Arendar would be the first one to chop heads off. That's but like I said, if they're just dwarven guards just doing what they're told and they're not part of the conspiracy thing, then he's not
Okay.
about to kill them if he doesn't have to. So anyway,
All right.
so yeah, I'm gonna go through this thing and pop up in here.
Okay.
And as soon as he steps out of the way, I'm following him.
Gotcha. Okay. So as you, I'm going to put another light here just so we can all see what the hell's going on. All right. So yeah. So Arendar, you sort of like slowly lift a trapdoor and sort of peek out, like, and you see there's nobody in the room. You peer in. It looks like a workroom of sorts. But as you're sort of peering out, you can hear sort of above and to your right, sort of like this, rumbling. Not, it's hard to explain. Like it looks like there's a table right over there and it's shaking a little bit. And you can hear sort of something muffled.
The table right next to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so once we get up and come up, both of us are in the room. What's on the table?
There's a zombie tied to it.
Oh,
It's tied down.
Uh-oh.
This guy. Hold on.
Oh, wow. Oh, jeez.
So there's a zombie tied to it. It's been strapped down to the table. It's got a big gag in its mouth, and you can see it sort of like wriggling. Now that it smells fresh meat, it's sort of wriggling on there.
Uh-huh.
It very quickly you see very, very quickly that it can't get loose. It's tied down. But it looks like it has been, well, on a live person it would have been torture. But for a zombie, I'm guessing it's more along the lines of experimentation or just sort of like boredom alleviation.
Okay. All right. So most people down here can probably be killed then.
Yeah, it looks like
Except the
by the way, I just have to point out that Andrew's background is perfect. It just he looks like a floating head in the middle
Yeah,
of a
he
lake,
does.
which is perfect. It's very serene.
I
Andrew.
am Zardoz.
It's excellent. It's excellent.
I am Zardoz. But yeah, so in that room, it's yeah, I
Okay.
mean, it's like a workroom.
I'll
There's
whisper down.
there's some stuff's kind of stored in there and that kind of stuff, but not much. And it looks like somebody strapped a zombie down to a table and has been taking chunks out of it.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper to everyone else. They can go ahead and come up into here. Is the door down to the south or is it?
It's down to the south.
The
Yeah, you
west.
see it right there? That white bar? Yeah,
Okay,
that's the
on
door.
fourth floor. Once everybody's in here, I'm gonna quietly open the door.
Okay.
Bondi, are you joining us?
Yeah, she's in there. He's in there.
He was right. I was lagging.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna open that door, just like, are you gonna peek through it, or are you just gonna swing it open?
Yeah,
And say, "Ha,
peek and
ha," you know, that kind of.
do it quietly as I can.
All right. So, all right. Okay. So a couple of things are gonna happen. All right. So, give me a stealth check on the door opening and peeking. The door opens inward.
Note to self, oil all hinges before opening doors.
Okay, 1 second. Let me do this. Okay. All right. So you managed to open the door a couple of inches, and you peer through. So I'm going to open it up a couple of inches. Let me do this for you. All right. Why is it doing this? I don't know why it's not acting properly. All right, I'm just going to pull it back a little then. Hey, caramba. All right, I'm just going to open it up. There we go. All right, so you open that door a few inches, and the first thing you notice is that right there is a guard. He's got kind of a halberd in his hand, and he's sort of standing there. He's kind of picking his nose a little bit, and he's wearing Talon garb. Give me a quick perception check.
Just Arendar or everybody?
Just Arendar. Arendar's the only one at the door. That door's not all the way open. It's just Arendar sort of peeking around it.
Okay.
Apparently I can't see
Natural
much,
one. You don't see much, but you see him. So he's kind of like standing there. He's not paying a whole lot of
Still
attention.
15, so
He's picking his nose, kind of flicks it away, but you can see he's got something in his mouth. Like, because you can see
Is it a booger?
it's not a booger. The booger didn't go there. It's got, and you can see him sort of like roll something over in his mouth, and you can hear it clicking against his teeth. It's kind of like the noise that you might hear with somebody that has a piece of hard candy in their mouth, but this is D&D, and hard candy hasn't really been invented.
no.
Define hard candy.
A digital finger bone or something.
Maybe it's something. It's something that clicks against teeth.
Okay.
He's got a tongue ring.
As far
Yeah.
as you can tell right now, you've only got the door open just a few inches, not even, maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches, and you're sort of, peering out.
Right.
But you can tell that there's a guard there. You can also tell that there's torches that are lighting that area is lit. Unlike the room you're in now, which is dark,
Right.
the hallway is lit. You can tell it's torchlight.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper to Titus so he can tell everybody else. I'm gonna disarm this guard for questioning. Tell Wraith to come out behind me and cover behind me because I can't see. Once I step out here, I'm not gonna be able to see what's behind me.
I'm going to use whisper and say, you need a fireball up there?
Not yet.
I didn't ask how big the room was.
I said cast
Yeah.
fireball.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of. Actually, I'm gonna. I am gonna switch to. Oh, I got rid of that. All right, I'm just gonna do it out of them. I'm gonna try and disarm him. So basically, I'm gonna burst the door open and attack, but the attack is going to be a disarm roll.
Okay, you're gonna try and so that'll be
Basically, knock the halberd out of his hand and behind me.
okay. So that's gonna be a
It's a disarm. It's combat maneuver.
it's a combat maneuver. That's what
My
the word.
CMD plus roll against his CMD.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, all right.
All right.
Like I said, so quick action. Do that 5-foot step and disarm. So the disarm will be
All right, so I'm checking his CMD. Okay, I've got his CMD. So you just step into the hallway and just like what, like use your falcata or to sort of knock.
to swat, basically to kind of swat the thing out of his hand,
Okay.
and like I said, knock it either to my square or behind me, one of the two.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get a CMD.
All right. So he gets the moment you step out of the door, his eyes just go, what? And his jaw drops open and a little rock comes out of his mouth and lands on the ground. And he kind of looks down, and at that point you hit his halberd with a, you hit, it's more of a short halberd, like a pole axe or that kind of stuff. And you hit it and it falls to the ground. And he looks back up. He's shocked. But he has dropped, but the 31 is more than enough to knock it out of his hand. You see him begin to get ready to yell as he sort of like, he keeps like, he's like flummoxed at this point. So he hasn't yelled, but you see, sort of that intake of air. And you you look around, you can see there's an open door down at the other end of the thing.
Mhm.
And your guess is that there might be some more guards down there.
Right.
You have a moment, an action. Is there anything that while he's sort of like stunned? His pole axe is on the ground. He's stunned.
Right. He's
getting ready to yell.
and I've got my falcata in his hand, so a sword.
Yep.
My one action will be to put it to his neck and say, "Quiet or you die."
Quiet or you die. All right. Let's see what his do you want to do a quick intimidate check?
That's intimidate.
Or would you consider that to be diplomacy?
Oh, it's intimidate.
All right, let's do an intimidate check. 23, and that's a countered check. So let me check. What is his? What would be the opposite of intimidate?
His sense motive, if he's got that.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just a flat check against. It's 10 plus.
He does have sense motive. All right, hold on. Let's see.
Okay,
this.
so he's gonna roll a bit.
Ooh. All right. So he doesn't say anything. But he looks at you, and you can see so he's wearing sort of chainmail and that kind of stuff. And like I said, it's underneath the tabard. It's obviously a Talon tabard. You've seen these before.
Mm-hmm.
He puts his hands up and he whispers, "What do you want?"
Why are you guys playing with zombies down here?
That's the orc. That's not us.
Okay. The barrels.
Damn dangerous, if you ask me. That's where we're supposed to keep this door locked.
Right. The barrels that came through yesterday, where are they?
I don't know nothing about any barrels.
Okay. You got two choices. Be quiet and get locked away somewhere, or I can kill you right now. Which one do you want?
Well, obviously the second one. He's like, I got no reason to die. Not for these guys, not for anybody. So what do you do with them?
I push him back in the room where all of us are.
All right. So he gets pushed back in
at that stage.
Fire!
At that stage, I'll close the door.
So you're closing the door, and with you outside it, or are you going back in the
with
room?
all of us in it, so we can all question him, and there's no sound getting out.
Okay. All right. So you go back in and close the door.
And then basically, you're a Talon. Who's your immediate supervisor? Who do you work for?
I work for the king.
And if you don't know where the barrels went, who would have been here yesterday that would have been guarding this thing that would know that?
Look, I don't know anything about any barrels. I'm just working a shift. I'm here to guard the help guard the prisoner. That's all.
Okay. Do you know why that prisoner's in here?
I don't ask questions about why somebody has committed a crime to get themselves thrown in prison. None of my business, and I don't care. My job's to watch them, and that's what I do.
Okay.
All right.
So, is there something to chain him to besides the table in this room?
Tie him
Not
to
really.
the zombie.
What's that? Chain him to the zombie?
Tie him to the zombie.
Yeah, there's nothing.
How
It's
many
just that
people-
table, the thing, and
I'll say
Sorry.
you were looking behind me. How many other guards are in here? And are they all Talons like you, or is there any Sargovans down there?
just two, all talons. But that orc and his boss are down here. They're in their
Oh,
office.
they are? Where's their office?
Second door on the right.
So once I go down that hall, second door on the right.
That's right.
Okay.
I tell you, he kind of looks at you like, hey, look, I don't know what's going on here, and I don't want to know. Frankly, I'd love to get back to the festival. So what do you say you guys just let me go? Maybe out the trapdoor, and you never see me again.
Okay, here's the deal. Can't trust that you're not gonna turn us in. Because if you were doing your duty to your king, that's what you should do. But just know we're here for the king's best interest. But we can't let you go until we're done with what we're doing here. So. we're
Well,
gonna
he gets
chain you up
kind
somewhere.
of a frightened look on his face. He's like, well, whatever you do, do not tie me to that zombie. I don't want anything to do with those zombies. That's all the half orcs doing that stuff. And he's been, chasing them, putting them in the pits and all that kind of stuff. I got nothing to do with that. I don't want anything to do with it.
Okay. So what
That's
did I do
all I
last?
ask.
I need to make sure you can't get away or tell someone about us until we're done here.
I'm gonna
So
turn
tell me
around
how
and
to do that.
I'm gonna turn around and coup de grace
Otherwise-
the zombie.
What are you gonna do?
Coup de grace the zombie.
Oh, you're gonna fix just
Get an
spike
arrow
to the
and
head?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you take a dagger or something and you just like right in the head. It stops moving. It stops struggling and just lays there bleeding. It's putrid blood all over the table.
Now we have somewhere to tie him up.
Time to that.
Right. So we're tying you to this. We'll let you go on the way out, get your quiet. We'll let you go and you'll be on your way.
Oh,
If
gross.
you try to do anything that impedes our progress here, you're no better than Sargovan and you'll die just as quickly.
All right, fine. That's fine.
Did he just
Sorry.
say gross?
Yeah, he doesn't want to
Sorry.
lay
Yeah,
in,
he did.
in zombie stuff.
Sorry about the blood and guts, dude, but think of how good the shower will feel.
Three
All right,
things
so-
we go through in life using that logic to get us through the next 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right,
So-
guys, let's go.
All right. So you guys untie the zombie and just push it off onto the floor and then tie him to the table.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the zombie's
Or just
dead.
tie him to one of the legs or something. Anywhere where we can tie him where he can't easily get up.
You gotta tie him to a zombie.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
the
need to tie
zombie's
him
dead.
to the zombie. I just need to tie them to something he can't get away from.
No, zombies are gross. I don't want to be anything around this thing, man. Just knock it off. I don't care.
Okay, death or tied to a zombie? Trying to do you a favor here.
No,
Well, I can use a web and like,
no, that's
he's-
okay.
That doesn't last forever.
Untie the
Oh.
zombie and pull it off the table.
Okay. He's not.
And then
No, go ahead.
lay him down on the table and tie him up.
Oh,
All right.
this is not
All
going
right.
to end well.
So he certainly doesn't like this, but it's the least worst scenario, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he gets later. He's obviously his armor is all kind of like in the goo. There's zombie goo all over the table and that kind of stuff. And he's not liking it. You can see him sort of like,
Yeah,
as you guys are tying him
fine.
up to it. But eventually you get him in there. You're gonna do him a disservice and put the same gag that was in the zombie's mouth in his mouth.
no,
Oh.
no,
I'll
I've
tell
already
him-
told him, if he makes
I'll-
a noise, the arrow that my brother's got right there will enter through this temple right here and exit through this temple. So,
And I'll tell
Don't
him
make
to
a
lay
noise.
on his side so that if he can't help but throw up, he at least doesn't choke.
All right. He's like, oh, that's good advice.
and I'll tell
That's
you
good
guys,
advice.
we need to go after the orc and his boss. The orc just needs to die. He needs to be put down as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Well, so if it
The other
is,
guy's probably
go ahead.
the other guy's probably a threat too. Be nice to have him for questioning, but if it means putting us at risk, he just needs to be put down too. But it would be nice if we had him to question.
Okay, stop talking, diplomat, and head through that door.
What were you gonna say, Les?
I was going to say, if this is in fact the ambassador Ceramus and Torax, what the hell are they doing down here?
Exactly, which is why I want to talk to
About
the
the
ambassador.
guy.
Yeah. That's the end result, but I'd like to have information before that happens.
Okay.
So like I said, if it means causing danger to one of us, we'll drop them both. But I would like to have the ambassador alive after this. But the orc, he's the dangerous one. We need to concentrate on him and put him down as fast as possible. So
Bondrum's kind of bored
All right.
back. He's gonna whisper, do you think he can catch a fireball? Does he know how to do it?
I don't know if we're gonna have room for fireballs down here, but
Hey,
I bet he
Vondi,
can.
Vondi,
Bondrum.
will you do me a favor? Will you hit me with that wand once, please?
The fireball one or the wand of gravity?
Gravity.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
Like which one? Which one?
What's
Left
the-
hand or right hand? Which one?
what's the wand of gravity do?
The
Gravity
gravity
bow.
bow, it makes all of my damage.
Oh, that's
more.
right.
Oh,
He could
basically, as
also
soon
hit
as
me.
he shoots the arrow, it becomes like a javelin and like thunks into someone.
He could also hit me with the fireball bow. That would probably hurt.
You've
But I
got
wouldn't
evasion.
hold-
You probably completely escaped.
I
without any
wouldn't hold it
damage.
against him.
He'd
I'm
probably
just
dodge
bored,
out of the way.
Just,
I mean,
he's a little antsy. That's all. He's just joking.
He's my friend, and I get bored too. I understand.
All right. Arendar, as you step out into the hallway, at this point, you see that obviously the hallway is lit. But also you can hear now a fair amount of here. I want to just going to put the thing there so we can see. You can hear a fair amount of talking and laughing from in here. How many people how many guards did that guy say that was here? 2? There's more than 2 in that room. It may be as many as a half a dozen. The door's open, and you can hear sort of like them guffawing. But again, as you hear them voices and they're talking, you can hear their voices pretty clearly, and they're talking with each other and that kind of thing. They all have this kind of sort of funky, like they're all talking like they have something in their mouth.
Like a rock in their mouth?
Yeah. The rock
Okay,
that was
look
in
at
the
that rock
first guy's mouth is on the floor, next to his pole.
Yeah, we need to look at that and need to have Titus or Vondrum do some detect magic or see if there's something going on with that thing.
That's not a rock, it's a cock ring.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a wow. Yeah, Bonnie could take a look at it.
All right. So the first thing you notice is that it is an onyx. It is a small onyx pebble. Give me a quick knowledge arcana.
That's the one knowledge I don't have.
That's
Well,
one
that's
that
no, 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 no,
Can I
that's
roll
not
for
true.
that?
That's not true. That's not true.
You want to call Titus in?
No,
have
I
him take a
got
look?
it. I mean, I have it. I just didn't. Titus can come in though. If he wants.
I'm not very good at it.
I don't want to see.
All right, Arendar. Yeah, you're like, what? I don't know.
Let's
129. Titus, you want to
not
do
me
a
or
quick?
that good.
I
Go
don't
ahead,
need, yeah, I mean, at 29, what do I need to
Oh,
do?
I'm sorry.
That's
It's
pretty good.
27.
Yeah.
It's a 27, guys. Should have been a
27.
10.
Eric, you had something you want to say?
just a quick question, boss. Ono has knowledge religion. Could that apply here?
It would not apply here. No.
Yes, okay. How about local
Nope. This is definitely a knowledge arcana thing.
arcana? Gotcha.
So, Vondrum, you're examining this stone when it strikes you. Necromancers use onyxes, and oftentimes they will put onyx in people's mouths. Or well, what they'll do is they'll put onyxes in a dead person's mouth as part of the material components for animate dead.
So this guy that we just tied to the table, is he looking a little bit less alive or animated?
No, not at all. I mean, he looks alive.
So ask him.
Yeah, let's ask him. I walk over and ask him, what the hell is this thing for?
Why do you-
You're not dead.
The orc said that as part of our job, we all have to keep this rock in our mouth.
So I guess
Did it
it's
say
protection,
why?
so if they get killed, they can come back right away?
Potentially.
Interesting.
So does the guy know why they're supposed to keep that thing in his mouth, in their mouth?
I don't know.
Probably-
It's the bosses, the guys, bosses have weird requests. Who knows?
It's
It
probably
was just
if we
part of
start-
part of what they told us when we got this job was that we had to keep these rocks in our mouth.
So if we start killing these guys and we get them down to dead, they're just gonna reanimate. Make some better soldiers, maybe.
That could
Something
make
like that.
sense.
Should
Yeah, I
keep
mean, Titus
these
was like,
rocks.
that would, I mean, theoretically, Titus would weigh in and say, basically, if they already had this in their mouth when they died, the only thing they would need to do is a necromancer would just cast the spell and they'd rise back up.
Cast the spell and boom.
Wow, that's pretty smart.
Hmm.
Pretty smart.
Hmm.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
Give me that. That's
Should
not
we-
food.
Okay.
Well, let's keep
So
these.
Les, is this the second door that he was talking about?
This is the first door on the right. This is the second door on the right.
Oh, okay. And the first door is open?
It's closed. They're both closed. This door out here is
Okay.
open. This is the door. You suspect this is the door to the guard room. You can see that there's a cooking fire sort of built right here. You can hear the sound of people in there, talking. Sometimes you can hear a stool move across the stone floor. They're talking, they're laughing, that kind of stuff. It's a guard room, a barracks of some court, probably.
Okay. Well, I said we get up close to the second door. I want Wraith to check it out, just to make sure there's no traps or something on it, poison or anything, and then I'll bust in. Probably need Ono right behind me, but then I also need Wraith to be in the doorway to start shooting people. But yeah, we just need to rush in there, and like I said, Orc needs to die as quickly as possible. So does the other guy, but it'd be nice if we could question him.
Well, we could set a pit up in there and hopefully drop that orc right into a pit and immobilize him.
Okay. That's a good idea.
All right, so Wraith, you're going to approach that second door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Um,
traps. Actually, ask the guard if there's any traps or locks that he knows about for the door to the office of the orc in that.
Yeah, no, I mean, there may be a lock on the boss's door, but on the lounge that they've turned into a lounge. But other than that, it's a prison. This is the administrative offices. We don't have locks on them because we may need to get in and out of them. What if there's a prison break?
Right.
So if you let me get up there, I guess I don't need to be close, but I assume I have to see where I want to put it, right?
Are you talking about throwing a fireball into the barracks room?
Yeah, that's absolutely what I'm not
Uh-oh.
talking about.
No.
Oh, jeez.
We're not
I'm
attacking those
talking
guys.
about putting a pit in the barracks room.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
Can I see at least can I get down there, stealth down there and see where I need to put it?
sure.
But it's not the barracks. The orc is going to be in the room to the north of where you're at right now. The
Really?
barracks
Here, I
room
don't
is
know where
just going to
I'm
have
I don't know where I'm allowed to be.
Here, let me
so-
mark where the doors are. So so there's a door there,
This one that I'm
That's the
standing
one
at.
where the
And-
orc is.
and
That's
this is
where the
there's
orc is.
another door right there. That's So if you ask the guard, he'll say that first right is sort of a workroom. It's also where where we make our food and stuff like that, or store
And that's
food,
where the
things
orc
like that.
is?
No, the orc and his boss, who's a
in the
human,
second
are
room.
in here in the second room. They've been hanging out here for about 3/4 of a day.
Right.
So if I
And
skinny down
the door
here,
at the end of the hall is just where the talons are,
Right.
which they will come to their aid, but that's not the real enemy. The people in this room right here are a real threat.
maybe we need 2 traps. Maybe we need a difficult terrain to slow all the talons down. And then
I mean, if you dropped a pit right inside their door, it'd freak them out that a pit appeared there, but they couldn't get through until you let that pit back up.
Well, in 2 turns, I could do a nasty pit for the orc and a simple pit for the talons.
So we probably start with a simple pit for the talons. And then we bust open the door, let Ono and I get in there, let Wraith start ready to start shooting arrows. And then if you could drop the orc in a pit, that would be great. If not, then we just pummel the orc and then pummel the other guy.
So you're wanting me to drop the pit right here. It's a 10-foot pit.
Right there.
Well, really need to put it
Right
on
in the
this side,
doorway, so they can't
in this side
on
of the
that
door.
side, so they can't even approach the door
Okay.
because there's a 10-foot pit there.
So Les, not being able to, not if without opening that door, can I know I just want to center it on the other side of the door?
That's a good question. I don't know. Is it Create Pit is the name of the?
Yeah, I'm gonna go look. I don't. Yeah,
I got
maybe-
it. So range is medium, 100 foot and 10 foot per level. So you can
Yeah, it's-
throw it. I don't know that you need to
You
be able
easily
to
throw it.
create a
You could
pit.
easily put it 20 feet away.
There's no
It's not about
pit.
the distance to where. It's about, do you have to see it where you're putting it exactly, or?
Which you can see it. That door's open.
It's not, well, the one in the, yeah, I mean, yeah. But if you're
This
throwing it,
one's
yeah,
open. You can
I
see
don't,
where to
I
put
don't
that one.
see
Doesn't
any.
say it.
The other one, you can't cast that one until you see where the orc is, so you know where to put it. So you can't do that until we bust in anyway.
Except by looking at the map, it appears that that's going to be a 10-foot wide room. It just depends on how deep it goes. But since we've been to the other side over here, it essentially is a 10 by 15-foot room. So yeah, I can wait. I mean, I'm glad to wait and let you guys start shooting arrows at them and stuff. Just don't get within.
Yeah, it's going to be probably it's probably going to be a 10 by 20 room.
Don't get within 5 foot of it, so that way I don't take you out. That's all.
But yeah, the pit actually is going to span the entire width of the room. So then
Well, the
that's
pit's
melee's
10 by
gonna
10.
go around.
The pit is 10 by 10. So it will take
Right,
most,
it's
but
a
not
10-foot
all.
wide room. It'll take the whole room.
According to this, caster must be able to see the location where the pit is created to successfully cast the spell.
Okay.
So you do
So-
need to see the floor.
I feel like we should open the door. I cast the pit where the orc is, and then I turn my attention. And the second they open that door, I can have that spell ready and dump it right there. Does that make
So
sense?
round two, you would put this one here.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that too.
I don't think that. I think that's the only option because I got to see where to put the first one, which is more important. Because it's going to take them a second once they hear if we're successful. Once they hear the orcs start coming, crying like a baby with a splinter.
All right. While they're plotting, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Let's see. I'm just going to be ready to rush in, and
Okay.
if I see an orc, I'm going to punch the orc in the face
Lots of times.
many times, as
Rep-
often as needed,
repeatedly.
repeatedly, with vigor, with
All right.
vigor
What about you,
and
Titus?
conviction.
I'm gonna suckle my ring of sustenance and bring all my everything back.
Little snack.
Yeah.
Do I suck on this onyx stone too?
Vondi. No.
That's not a euphemism.
That's not,
All right. So Wraith, you're standing outside of the first door. On the right.
that's just supposed to be, yeah.
Arendar, yeah, Arendar. So I mean, is this so Arendar? You're just gonna blow that door open, and then Vondrum's gonna like.
And Bondrum's gonna peek around the corner, do the pit as I'm rushing in to get to a combatant.
Oh.
Basically, as soon as I blow the door open,
You're gonna run in there,
I'm
and then
probably
she's
gonna
gonna throw the
I'm
pit.
gonna probably tell Vondrum where to put the.
I gotta
Yeah.
see it. You throw the door open, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a 5-foot step and do it.
And then as soon as I vacate the spot I'm at, then Wraith can step in that spot and then start shooting arrows.
All right.
But we also need, Ono would need to get around and get in there as well. It's just a cramped spot. We're not gonna be able to plan a whole lot until we see what the layout of the room is. And
It's
where
tight quarters. Yeah, no question.
where the yeah, the pit might not work just because it's gonna take up half the room.
And I mean, I can get out after I get the pits in place. I can get out.
Right.
Get
Okay.
So-
Anything
So
else you
you-
guys want to do before you enact this plan? And when I say you guys, I mean everybody.
I am
Is there
ready.
anything you want to prep or anything you want to give to Lorelai so she can prep to do something?
You're muted.
And you're on mute, by the way.
Yeah, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
Is there anything for this ambush we're doing that either Poe wants to prep for or prep Lorelai for?
No, I'm gonna wait and see what happens before I already did bless, and it's like probably close to being gone.
That does
Been 8
minutes per
minutes.
level, right?
It's 8 minutes. Yeah.
I'm on,
Oh.
be that far, should we? How far are we into that, Les?
8 minutes? What do you mean?
Since he cast bless?
Yeah. Right
Oh,
before we
it
walk
may
in
have
the room,
been. Yeah, it might
bless.
be. You might need to re-up it. Because you guys have been investigating zombies and sneaking through trapdoors and talking to chefs and so yeah, it's probably been more than 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna reserve and hold tight till I see what's going on.
Okay.
I can also cast blessed if need be.
All right.
Mostly when people sneeze.
If you want to, yeah, if you want to, now'd be a good time before we go into this.
I say gesundheit.
You casting bless?
Yes.
All right. All right. So you guys now are blessed.
I feel blessed.
So how do we do this with initiative and the fact that it's kind of we've got a plan on what order we're going in.
Well, so for those of you who have said that they're going to do something, you guys get essentially a surprise round, right? Because they don't hear you coming, and so then once you guys do your surprise round, then we'll roll for initiative, and then it'll sort out where who goes when.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So what I've declared I'm doing is opening the door and closing the distance between me and either the orc or the other guy, depending on how we think the pit is going to go.
Okay.
What Bondi's doing is, as soon as I blow open the door, peek around the corner, and based on his own judgment and whatever Arendar's going to yell, he's going to not yell, but say to him that he's going to cast that spell.
Okay.
And Wraith is going to jump into my spot that's vacated and start firing arrows at enemies.
You're just going to ace some dudes?
And then Poe is going to hold tight. So I guess Ono also is close and
Well,
as soon as
switch
the door's
spots
open.
with Ono as soon as I'm done. I'll get out of the way so Ono has some room to move.
All
Yeah,
right.
so Ono will have further to move, but he can get into the room as well. But like I said, we just need to plan this so
Yeah.
we're
We
not
won't know
going to
till we
spots
open
that
up
you
the room,
can cast
so.
that bit.
All right. Are we ready?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Arendar kicks open the door. And you don't see much on the screen, so let's go ahead and get some light in there because it is lit.
Should have knocked.
I see it.
All right.
Oh.
So inside there, you see. All right. So Arendar, you kick open the door, and you see. So you see a couple of things. One, you see Ambassador Ceramus in his ambassadorial robes, and he's sort of kicked back onto a chair, and he kind of looks over, and his eyes grow wide when you kick open the door. Torax goes "Rah!" and starts to stand up. He's sitting in another chair though. They got like a little table next to him where there's bottle of wine and 2 glasses. And they were obviously just chatting about stuff. Torax is standing up there. Ugh! You can see also on the side table, Torax, next to Torax, you can see that there's a big wooden bestial looking mask on the table.
On the side table, this one right
Next,
here,
no, the one next to Torax, the one over here.
back here.
Huh, I see.
No, right about there. That one right there. Yeah, it's
So-
just sitting on the table. It
I'm gonna
definitely
tell Arendar, grab the mask if we see it, because if that mask goes down with him, that might be bad for us. I wouldn't worry
That's
about.
something that as Ono is going past you, you can have Ono grab for it, but
Well, the
Arendar
thing
already
is,
moved up to close the
Okay.
distance with the
well, then I'm gonna tell Ono, grab that mask and then back up. I'm gonna put the pit in.
Okay.
well, he doesn't have to. He can stand
But
right
he
here and
doesn't have,
grab it.
does he have surprise? I didn't think Ono had surprise.
he does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what
So
shall
Ono
I
can
do?
move to right,
Right
here,
here.
grab the mask.
Okay.
There's some kind of mask
move
there.
here.
And that's still outside the range of the
Yeah.
where you're putting the pit. You can drop
Okay.
the pit there. And then Wraith, you can move to the opening.
And fire a shot.
And I assume get a shot off.
All right. So Vondrum, are you casting the pit where that red thing is?
Yep.
Okay. Is it a spiked pit or a regular pit?
The spiked pit,
Oh,
10
wow.
by 40. 10 by 40. And normal falling damage for 40 feet, plus I'll roll 2d6.
Wow.
And
What
All
a
right.
terrifying spell.
All
That's
right.
terrifying.
So I need to do a reflex negates, right? What is the DC?
on a spike,
Although you
there's
said he was
no-
sitting down, he should have a penalty on his reflex save.
reflex does negate. And the DC,
Basically, reflex means you like jump out of the way before it completely opens. But
Yeah, he could leap out
Like
of
I
the
said,
chair
he's-
and out of the way.
it's
he
18.
could, but I'd say he's got some kind of disadvantage from being sitting down.
Seems fair.
All right. I'll do a -2 off his standard.
18.
18 is the DC.
Yes, sir.
All right. He's got a +7 reflex. It moves down to +5. 20 made it. So he leaps out in a
So he's right
dexterous.
there.
He's gonna leap right in front of the door. Yeah, he's got to go right
Yeah.
there.
I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. Oh,
You're
sorry.
gonna push him in the pit. Push him in the pit. That's what you need to do if you can.
And Wraith,
Yes,
you've
fire
moved
a shot.
there. And you haven't fired a shot yet. You can fire a shot, and then we will roll for initiative. Unless Titus, you or Poe have anything that you can do. You could hear. So Torax is like, yeah, like, oh, he's an orc. He's like, oh, that kind of thing. And he doesn't have any he's got like on his hand, he's got like a thing that he kind of like flicks outward, and these big metal claws go over his hand.
Oh, it's Wolverine.
No, they don't come out.
Yeah.
It's a weapon, but it's a big like claw thing.
So because this is my surprise round
Yes.
and I get a full attack, right?
No, you moved.
Did you move to the door? Damn it.
You
Okay.
moved
They
into
had
the
to move
door.
So just the first one.
Yep.
22, 23
22.
with bless.
That will hit.
14 points of damage plus 1.
Okay. 40, 15. So
And
all right.
if this is a surprise round and it's sneak attack, I get 4
Yeah, you get
sneak attack,
That's surprise.
4 sneak attack and 2 bleed.
All right. Let me fix that then. All right. The arrow goes slamming into his stomach. And he looks down. You can hear him groan. Oh! And the blood. You can see him sort of like swatted away, which breaks the arrow. And it's sort of like there's a big glurt of blood coming out. So he's got 2 bleed on him now.
Yes.
That sucks. Okay.
So that's 19 points of damage and 2 bleed.
Okay. There you go. All right. So he's like, oh! He looks at you. And he's got that claw. He's bringing that up. So let's. So Titus and Poe. Where is Poe? Oh, there he is. Okay, he's right.
I moved up.
Yeah, you moved up. All right. So Poe, are you doing anything with your other action?
I mean, I don't, if you allow me to attack with a weapon, I would, but I don't know that I could do that with Wraith firing arrows there.
Yeah, probably not. Especially on the corner. That's just an open door.
Yeah, so I'm kind
I
of
don't
stuck
think.
where I'm at right now.
Okay, Titus, what about you?
I don't know that there's much I can do.
Anything
Fireball.
that would make that guy fall into the pit. Anything.
Oh,
Is there anything that would make
well,
him fall
magic
back?
missile.
I don't know if that'll make him fall back in the
Magic
pit.
missile, as long as you can see part of him, it definitely hit him and do damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's never bad.
Or I could drench him.
No, I do magic missile.
Do we have time for that, or?
We always
Oh.
have time for that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I can fireball him. I can magic missile.
It's up to you.
In the small encased area.
Well, I'm using message, guys. What would be the most
Magic
effective
missile, and
Magic
if you
missile.
fireball him, you'll fireball everybody.
Yeah, magic.
Well, I kind of like that idea. All right, so I'll magic missile.
Napalm Titus.
If you want to fireball Arendar and Ono,
Oh, I don't know about no. All
because
right, I'll magic missile.
Arendar's gonna get back up and won't be happy with you.
All right, magic missile.
9 points of damage. All right, the missiles go slamming into the guy, right into his abdomen again. And he's just like, oh, groans and leans back. Well, he doesn't lean back that way. He knows the pit's there. He's not going crazy. All right, let's roll for a niche.
Great. Cool.
All right, hold on. I gotta check my initials.
Question: was there a mask? You said.
Yeah, you're standing right next to it. There's like a wooden mask, and it was obviously designed to cover a large.
Okay.
And it looks to be of orcish make, but it's a
Okay.
large mask.
So,
Give me. Oh no! While you're doing that, give me when you
Yeah,
roll your
yes, sir.
after you roll your thing. Give me a quick sort of. Give me a D20 with your intelligence bonus.
Okay. Let
The
me,
whole movie made about not touching masks like that, Eric.
Was that the
Let me
one
just
starring
put it
Cher?
on.
Well, holding it is one
I
thing.
do
Can we just
on-
throw it?
I-
You're
I'm
right.
in there,
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
dumb.
And less. Sorry, boss. You said roll a who now? What now?
Roll a intelligence bonus check.
Yes, sir. This. I mean, 14.
Excuse me.
14. Oh, so you remember those times when you got into it with those guys from those Scourge guys, the Inquisitors?
Vaguely.
One of their deals is that they all wear, and they're all different. The Inquisitors that you've run into are all had different ones, but they all wear masks. Torax may be an Inquisitor from the Scourge. It's obviously his mask.
Extra bonus points. You might
Okay, if
level
that's
up.
the case, he's more dangerous. He's the most dangerous thing here then.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Cool. Good deal. Okay. Well, Ono has not punched anybody in anger in many weeks, it seems. You know,
And
it's
stunning
Been a
fist
while.
with him. If we can stun this guy, that would be huge.
Question less. So when we had that surprise round, and was my surprise action to enter the room and grab the mask?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
That makes sense.
All right, let's go ahead and sort these bad boys. All right. Jeez, I'm the bottom of the order. This is going to suck. There's a lot of things going on here. All right, so everybody in. Did anybody miss it? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we should be good. All right. So first up would be Ono. You have a mask in your. Did you? All right. So let me ask you this question: did you
Yes, sir.
pick up the mask, or did you just look at it?
I wanted to just look at it. I don't
Just look at it. So it's sitting on
I
the
try to
table.
not pick up masks. You know,
Okay.
I'm kind of superstitious.
Okay. Torax is sort of like, "Rah!" You know, he's got the non-clawed hand, but you see him he's rearing back this claw. It looks like he's going to go after Wraith.
Okay. So, I think I want to physically strike this Thorax guy.
I'm just gonna
With a stunning fist,
Okay.
and the opposite of non-lethal.
Okay. So the opposite of non-lethal.
Yes, sir.
So you're trying to punch through this guy's head. Got it. Okay.
Basically, and so
Who's that?
let's just start with that for now. So let me
Projecting.
find my thing here. Flurry of
Stunning
blows.
fist.
Okay, so here's flurry of blows, but the first one counts as the stunning fist, correct?
Gotcha. Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, here we go.
Ooh, all right. Attack number 1, which would be the stunning fist, is a 15. That is a miss.
Oh,
So
well,
no
I
stunning
tried.
fist. However, attack number 2, 21, that is a hit.
Mhm.
17 is a hit. And attack number 4, 14 is a miss. So in this case, I'm looking at 10 bludge.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
Well,
he
I
gets.
smacked him around.
You did smack him around, and he's
Hurt
like,
his
"Wow!"
feelings.
His head goes sideways as you punch him, and he is not at all happy that you punched him. Now you can move if you want to jump in that pit and wait for him at the bottom. And you can punch him on the way down. You could do that.
You know, I can handle a fall into a pit and not come to harm.
That's a good point. You're a monk. You could probably just jump in.
I can
and dive in.
I can go up and down the pit all day long.
There you
Pits
go.
don't bother me at all.
Does that include the spikes?
Actually, yeah. I mean, I can slow fall, and I can. There's all kinds of stuff I can do.
Okay.
Wind jump.
Wind jump, slow fall. All this sounds
spin
pretty made up.
around, all this great stuff. High jump. Feather balance. I don't know. Spike dodge. I don't know. Anyway,
Slow fall 20 feet. What is that? Oh, I didn't even know about this. 4th level or higher, a monk within arm's reach of a wall can slow his descent. When first gaining the ability, he takes damage as if the wall were 20 feet shorter than it actually is. This is just a 40-feet pit, so for you it would be a 20-foot pit. But improves until at 20th level, he can use a nearby wall to slow his descent and fall any distance without any harm. Any distance.
That's
Crouching
really
tiger,
cool.
hidden ono.
Ah, no
Yeah.
kidding. There you are. All right, so
Wow.
you've punched this guy. That's a full round action.
Yes, sir.
He takes a punch. Vondrum, you are sort of catty corner there, but you can hear in the other room, the table has been pushed back. Something's wrong. You know, you can hear the guards talking, and they're like, "Something's wrong." You know, I'm drooling all over myself because you're shooting rocks. And you can hear them scrambling weapons out. They're coming.
But they haven't opened the door yet.
No, this door is standing wide open.
Oh, I couldn't tell because it's closed. The part that's closed is
Yeah, it's
darker.
open.
The part that's open is
Yeah, it's open. You can see in there. There's a fire
I
going,
can
like a
either
cooking
do
fire.
that. Well, how long does it take to like if I wanted? How summoning takes 2 rounds.
It's a full
It takes a
round
full
action.
round action.
Yeah.
So, but does
we'll
that mean
arrive
I
in time
have my
next round.
summoned creature now or not?
No.
No,
We'll
would
have
you
it
do
at the
you
beginning of next
go
round.
ahead.
Pardon
Yeah,
me?
at the beginning of next round.
It'll take some.
It would materialize.
Yeah, you'll have it at the beginning of next
So
round.
I'll do the pit right here for now.
You're making another
Standard.
pit?
Another pit. But this is a
Yeah.
standard
Wow.
pit.
This is the pits.
This is the pits.
All right.
Oh man.
No spikes.
No spikes.
Okay.
Reflex, and this is going to be a 17, not an 18.
Okay. I'm gonna just put a little light in there so we can see what's going on. So you've got
Oh.
one guy who was moving towards the door. He falls into the pit. So let's take a look. What is his reef? His guard reef is +2. That's not great. Not great, Bob. I need a natty 15 or better, which I don't know that I'm going to get. I didn't get it. So he falls down into the pit. It takes 4d6 damage.
46.
As you hear him like,
spells are
"Ah!"
brutal. The pit spells. Wow. That's just incredible.
Battlefield control. That's what it is. Pits. That's what pits are all about.
Incredible. Wow.
All right, roll 46 damage. It's your pit. You roll the dam.
All right. I will roll that down.
Did the table fall in the pit too?
No, one of the chairs
Was
did
it
though.
fire or something?
The fire falls. He falls in the pit, and then the fire falls on top of him. That would be bad. 9 points of damage. Okay, that would be bad.
Now, these guys are still bad guys. These just aren't Sargavans. Are these the king's guys?
These are
Yeah, those are.
talons.
They're all. Well, all those guys are wearing talon thing. In fact, this guy over here has a crossbow. I think this guy has a crossbow too.
So
Hold
these
on.
are the king's men.
Yeah, they both. Yeah, they're talons. They're the king's police. The
So
king's
I'm
special
going to
police.
yell out to them, I'm sorry I hurt your guy. He'll be fine. Stay put. Don't move. We're here on business of the king.
Okay.
Good.
They do
Nice.
not seem to be stopping. In
Then
fact,
I yell, are you daft? You will die.
they still don't seem to be stopping, and you're not sure why. All right. So Vondrum, you cut a pit. Are you going to move or anything?
They have
Or
an,
just,
I'm
they
going to
have an
sigh.
affinity for pits.
they do have
I
affinity.
can't really move. And I guess, can I get through all this mess?
You can pass through friendly squares without peril,
Oh, man.
but they got to be friendly. So if you want to go back like this way past Titus, you can do that. But you also cannot stop on a occupied square.
Right. I'm just thinking.
As long as you have a movement over 25.
I'm going.
Yeah, you could get to here.
So when I peeked, I could see the guy with the crossbow, but he did. If I'm back here, if I'm right here, he can't hit me, right?
Yeah, you won't have line of sight on you, that's for sure.
All right,
Actually,
I'm
you can
going to
just
hang
close
out
the
there
door.
for a minute and tell him these guys are not listening, and then see how it goes in the other room before I run.
So say Vondrum can close the door's still there, and they can't get to the door to open it back up.
That's
It's
true,
all
you
the way. Well, if I could reach with my little dwarf arms, because I think it's swung this way.
You can grab it.
Oh, okay, well, that's a great idea. Then I'll do that.
So you're gonna close the door?
Idiots. Close the door.
All right, the door slams shut. That door is closed.
That'll take a minute for them to figure that out.
How long does the pit last?
Oh, a long time. The pit lasts 1 round plus 9 rounds.
9 rounds. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So the door slams. You hear Vondrum yell out, "Idiots!" And I'm just gonna put a thing in here that says pits. Pits. And we're gonna put it right under Vondrum, and we're gonna put 9 rounds on it. All right, cool. Arendar, you are up.
Yeah, I'm torn.
Well, Ceramus is still in his chair. He's looking up at you, and you hear him saying something like, "Look, you can't do this. I've got diplomatic immunity. I'm a Sargavan ambassador. The king will
He
hear of
said
this."
the
You know,
magic word. Kill him.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Do
Into
you
the
still have
pits
that
with him.
gag from the zombie? Throw the zombie gag in his mouth.
Ew, no.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, he's still sitting. He's got his hands up, and he's kind of has like a little smirk on his face. He's like, "Look, whatever this is, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. I am the Sargavanum ambassador here in Brest, and I can, we can this can be worked out. Whatever grievance you feel you have, I'm sure that we can come to an equitable arrangement."
I want to see you float above the pit.
Okay, did Ono say anything about our suspicion of this orc being a inquisitor?
Probably through message, I would think.
It
I don't know.
would-
Well, he might have just yelled it out.
Because-
He's an inquisitor.
If I did make my intelligence roll, it would be appropriate for me to yell out, Inquisitor mask here next to the big orc guy on the table.
That would change Arendar's action. He's
Okay.
gonna tell the ambassador, you sit right there and don't do a thing. But he's gonna turn and tear into Thorax.
Valcata from behind?
Well,
That's such a-
he's got flanking.
It's such a dishonorable thing.
Got flanking and I got blessed, so it's gonna be 3 higher.
All right.
What that says
26 plus 3 higher, 29. Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
so 22 points for the first swing. And then I missed the second one.
Okay. Oops. All right, that Volcata just buries itself in the back, and you hear the crunch of that boiled leather cuirass that he wears under his clothing. You can hear him, as he's like, he's getting hit by magic missiles. He got stabbed or arrowed in the gut. You know, this is all. He's like, what's going on? Ceramus doesn't move. He stays sitting. And that was a full attack.
Yeah.
5-foot step into the pit.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
At least for now.
Titus.
Might be
Now
good.
I want to know what happens here. Titus is in the game now.
I tell the half orc to sit in the pit or suffer the consequences.
All right, so you yell at the half orc, get in that pit, you orc.
Yeah.
All right, he does not get in the pit.
Okay.
It's kind of a shock. Wait.
Well, then perhaps burning hands or burning
Yes,
genitalia.
burning hands, definitely. Here, I'll get a cone out for you.
Okay.
And that would
These are
kill
tight
all
quarters.
of
You
us.
might magic missile still might be your best.
Nah.
Burning
I
hands,
don't know what's in your.
burning hands is
Okay.
what, a 15-foot cone? Oh, I like this idea. There you go.
Uh,
That's perfect.
All right. Fine. Magic missile.
All right.
I yield to the advice of counsel despite my.
What are you letting these fighters and rogues tell a proper magic user what to do? You didn't ask who was in the way. You said I cast cone of fire. Fire cone.
He mentioned
you know.
earlier wild turkey. All
Yeah,
bets are
right. They know
All
what to
bets
do
are
with
off.
me when I'm drunk. Give me a cold shower and strap me to a nice pit.
I had a little redemption last night. I might have a little tonight.
All right. I guess I will cast.
Magic missiles
Yes.
or fireball.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe sleep and then push him backwards.
Well, there's two guys in there. They could just grab him and throw. If he falls asleep, he may be. Well, if he falls asleep, when people are standing. All right, here's a question for all the criminals in there. When people are standing up and they immediately fall unconscious, do they fall forward or do they fall backwards? Or does
Forward.
does it depend on other types of stuff?
If there's
Generally
no momentum, I
forward.
would think they would fall down.
Yeah, but I mean, do they fall down forward or do they like timber backwards? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, we'll go for good old magic missile then. And
Oh.
here we go.
Forward, by the way.
Is it forward, do you think?
Probably.
When a person faints, they typically collapse in the direction they were leaning just before losing consciousness, which can be forward, backward, or even sideways. There is no
Oh.
specific medical reason to predict a consistent direction, as the fall depends on the individual's position and balance at the moment of fainting. Okay, there you go. So nobody knows.
Actually,
It depends.
what level are you, Titus? You're level 8, right?
Yeah, same as everyone else.
Okay. Roll 2d4 plus 2. Because your last magic missile and this one are both missing a missile.
2d4 plus 2. Okay.
He does he get 5 missiles at 8th level?
No, he gets 4, but each magic missile he's cast has only been 3. So
No.
this is catching him up where he should be.
Oh, I'm looking.
And then you need
Okay.
to update. And then you
Oh,
need to
do I
update
need to
your,
update my magic missile?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, it should be 4d4 plus 4. So yeah, add another 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Okay.
To make up for the previously missed missile and then this one. Ooh, 2 1s. Excellent. So 4 and 9 is 13 points magic missile damage.
Oh, did we add in bless? Can I bless myself?
Magic missiles auto hit. So
Yeah.
they hit on.
Bless is only to hit, which doesn't help with something that
Which you don't
automatically
need.
does.
There's automatic.
yep. All right. Titus, you can still move if you want.
Where?
The
I don't know if there's
additional
a,
room.
well, there's a door right here that nobody's gone into. Maybe there's some cool stuff in there.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely the thief type.
That's it has a
Let's
big
open a
sign on it
Babylon
that
2
says
box.
magic item repository.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? Suppository?
Repository. Magic item library, it says.
Hmm.
Staves only. All right, so you're gonna stay where you are then.
Yeah.
Lord Wraithington.
I'm on a full attack.
Okay. Are you popping and you can fire at this range, right? Arrows?
No, he gets a attack of opportunity, and I failed the
Oh.
first one. So
Ooh. All right. Can we roll a confirmatory fumbler? 24 would hit, so that is an unconfirmed fumble, so just stops your attack. He is
Yeah.
going to take the attack of opportunity with his hand claw
yeah,
as he rings it raking across to you. Kaboosh. Ooh, natural 20. I'm going to roll confirm. 12 will not confirm, so that it's just a regular hit.
Yes.
And it does 2d4 plus 3. Okay, plus 3. The claw comes across. No exploding dice. 8 points of claw dam.
okay.
And I need a fortitude save. 15 is fine. Although you do look down on your skin, there's a little bit of there's something sizzling on the surface of your skin. It's from the claw. It didn't get in the wound, but if it had, that might have been even more dangerous than just getting
Problematic.
clawed by a dude.
Okay.
All right. All right. So that's it for you.
Yes.
All right. All right. The guards. So, all right. So he's gonna move to
One's at the
here.
bottom of the pit. Going, ugh.
The other guy's like,
He was
throw
probably
in the
supposed to get
fire.
fired today.
The other guys throw in the torch. Okay. Whatever, dude.
I can't see.
What we didn't know is the guy who fell in the pit, they were all celebrating his retirement today.
Yeah,
He'd-
they don't.
He
They
was
don't
getting
like
too
him
old for this.
anyway.
He was getting too old for this shit.
It's like, yeah, I made a whole career out of being a guard and I survived. And then he gets dropped in a pit.
I'll tell you what, sometimes these freaking things. Idiots. Fuck's sake. Never mind. I'm not even gonna do it now. I don't even feel like it now. All right, so he's gonna go there. And then this little widget is gonna get up on top of there. Yeah. He's gonna go there, and then this guy's gonna go right here. Okay. That's all they're gonna do. Thorax. All right, so Thorax. Boy, he's in a patch. All right. He's going to do two things. First things first, he is going to again attack Wraith with the claw. He just had a pretty good roll there, so he's going to do it this time. 24 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, so another max damage, 11 points and a fortitude save. 16. Okay, no problem there. You're continuing to dodge the poison that is coming out here. Then he is going to do a 5-foot step left in front of Arendar and put his back to the wall.
Okay.
And if I can get his back. There we go. So he's going to, I don't know. He's basically puts his back to the wall and he's facing outward. And that's, sheesh. Man, you guys are far too close. All right. Ceramus, whose turn it is. So that's it for Thorax. Ceramus is going to he actually, you can hear him sort of scooch back the chair until it is back against this wall. He's trying to sort of distance himself a little bit from Arendar as far as he can. He hasn't gotten up, he hasn't stood up. He's still got his hands up. He's just sort of scooched the chair back a little bit, sort of away from whatever's about to happen. And then finally, bottom of the order, Poe.
I can reach
Poe,
him now, right?
yeah, you've got 10, that spear, that's a 10-foot spear, right?
Yeah, I got reach. Yeah.
All right, so you're just gonna slip it past Wraith and just give him a stick?
Yep.
Got it, go.
Sticker with
23 will hit him, dang it. For 12 for max damage, 12 points. You get him
Nice.
right near where the arrow went in, so you hear him groan "Oh," as the blade of your spear sort of pierces and sort of cuts and tears away from the distance. You kind of like jab him a little bit. Then more blood starts pouring out of him. He is not happy.
Oh, I do have another attack actually. Not as good, but let's see what I do here.
Okay.
I don't have it in my things, but ooh, that might hit though. 20.
20, yeah, will hit.
Okay. Another
13 points. Okay. Not quite there yet. Close it in. He's still up. All right, that's the end of round 1. We're going to
That
round
was a
2.
good round.
Oh no, you're up first.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Vondram, you can hear the sounds of scraping and yelling on the other side of the door.
That's fine. Remind me again, where's the door?
The door, Vondram is standing. Oh, the door that you're in is right here. So it's right in front of Wraith is where the door to this room is.
Gotcha. I see. All right. And where is the guy I just punched? Is
He just did his 5
That's
foot
him
step
right
back.
there.
he moved?
He
Okay,
moved.
good.
Yeah, he moved away
He
from
just did
you.
5 foot step back.
You don't know if
That's
he was moving away from you or moving away from Wraith or trying to maybe get out of the way of Titus's, because Titus has hit him twice with magic missiles now. He's basically getting pummeled by like 5 different people.
Totally fine. I will. I accidentally moved a torch. Sorry
Sorry.
about that.
Yeah, that's all right.
I didn't mean to move.
I'm going to put the torch in the pit for right now.
Thank you very much. Okay, cool. And I will step forward and I will punch the guy again.
So you're just
Stunning
gonna-
punch.
5 foot step. You could do a
Yes,
full
sir.
attack.
Yes, sir. Stunning punch. Here it goes. The first blow is stunning punch, and 19.
All right, the 19 will hit, but you this is lethal damage. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you hit him so hard on that first one that his head goes back, snaps backward, and hits the back wall, the stone wall.
Mhm.
And it's sort of like, sort of like kind of thing. You see his eyes just roll up in his head, and there's a big bit of blood kind of squirting down the side of his face, and he falls to the ground. So yeah, let me do this. All right, he slides slowly to the ground unconscious. You can see he's still breathing, but he is definitely unconscious.
Okay. I will step back and do I need to go in the corner and punch?
No, in fact, you
Okay,
can't
there.
step back. You did a 5-foot step to get up there, so you have to stay there.
Okay, then
That was
I
your
will
move.
just you know what? I'm gonna step back to right here, and I'm gonna pass.
Can't step back. You have to go back to that square because you did it. It was a 5-foot step. That's
Yeah,
your
you did an
Oh.
attack and a move, so you're stuck there.
Yeah, you're just standing over him now.
Then I will stay put.
All right, I'm gonna twist him. He is down. All right, so that's Ono Vondram. Pits go down 1 round. You can hear those guys on the guardsmen on the other side seem to be, well, perpetrating something. They're doing something.
Doing something.
You can hear them yelling. You can hear the sound of boots on wood, boots on stone, people shuffling around, all kinds of stuff.
When I was yelling out at him to cease and desist and told him we were here on behalf of the king, did they look like they weren't thinking, or did they look like they just didn't believe me? Like,
They look like they didn't believe you.
all right.
And also, one might assume that they have very specific orders.
Yeah. All right. So there's all those guys. The orc is dead.
Well, he's unconscious. He's not quite dead yet.
Okay, he will be. I hate to hurt these guys, but I'm going to peek back in, assuming that they're not expecting me to do that. I want to peek back in and low. I'll go low. So if there
All
is a
right.
guy with an arrow aimed where my head might be, and I'm dwarfy, so really low.
Two guys actually. So if you open that door, hold on. Let me do that for you. So you peek in there. And you're ducking down low. So all of a sudden, Wraith, you can see those two guys, the two crossbow guys, have sort of taken up positions on the left side of the pit so that they're facing the door. And they are ready to action. So they both fire at this point.
I didn't. I just cracked the door, Les.
Oh, you just cracked it.
Yeah, I said
All
I'm
right.
peeking in specifically for this reason.
All right. So the door, let me remind, I gotta, hold on. I'm going to move the pit for a second because I see, okay, the door opens that way. All right. So yeah, if you just crack the door open, basically what you see is a guy with a axe over here, and he's sort of standing waiting in the wings because he doesn't have a missile weapon. So he knows that he has to wait until the pit's gone. But then you see another guy, this guy, he's a dwarf, but he's got some sort of wand in his hand, and you begin to see him sort of like when he sees you peek in, you see him begin to put their weapon. He wasn't he hadn't had an action ready like the crossbow guys.
Okay. So
But
they're gonna
he's not gonna get a ready to action. So he's just like looking at you, but you see him raising it. He's raising one. There she is.
Okay, so
He is, sorry.
Gondrum is not going to be able to because he doesn't have his wand in hand, but he's getting out the fireball wand, and I'm whispering to that it's fireball time. These guys they're idiots.
All right, so you pulling the door back shut?
I'm gonna pull the door back shut, and I'm gonna get my fireball wand out, and that's gonna be closing the door next.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Directed towards the guys with the missile weapon.
Oh, in that size of a room, it won't matter.
So it'll do the whole room.
And well, actually, Vondrum, you know what? Give me a knowledge arcana. Unless you have specific knowledge fireball.
Blow out the wall, is that what you're telling me? Or is that what I should be thinking? Hang on.
So a fireball is a 20-foot rad, I believe.
Yeah.
That's why we never get to play with them very often.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying you can't.
No.
Did you knowledge arcana?
I did right there.
All right, what'd you get?
I got a
14. All right.
I'm actually enraged right now in like a former life is, a raging.
Okay, so if you target that fireball at the Jesus Christ, that fucking thing. If you target the fireball, wait, never mind. Hold on. I'm gonna just take it up here.
I mean, how is it? Is it a 20-foot you said radius?
It's a 20-foot radius. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. I just put a circle in there, and I'm going to target the center of the fireball at the farthest part away from you.
That's not the center, like right here. Oh, there you go.
So yeah, so it goes back there. So here's the part. I'm just going to take off the thing so you can see what that looks like. I mean, that whole room fills with fire.
Does it knock down the wall between the two rooms?
No,
It
that
doesn't
room.
have concussive force.
Okay. Well, then I'm all about it then.
Well, the fire will chase back out to you guys, though. It'll come down that hallway.
It'll probably
not if I just
get you.
Can't I just? I mean, the blast is going to close the door again. If I just
The blast doesn't have a concussive force.
It doesn't. It's just fire.
So the wand is only like how wide? An inch? I mean, how wide do I have to open that door?
You're just going to stick the wand in there and do the command word? And then, yeah, well, that would probably keep, I mean, the door would stop the fire from coming out.
I mean, I might get a little singed, I guess. It's possible.
Might lose some eyebrows, but that'd be about it.
Well, I don't know. You would, what Vondra was talking about, I mean, so keep in mind what happens with a fireball. If you shoot a fireball, it doesn't immediately just explode. It kind of shoots into the room.
It's a little pea.
It's a pea, and then it blows up when it hits the target. So if you open that door and you put the thing in, you crack the door, you shoot the fireball in, you pick the target's going to have to be in sort of like the upper right side of the room. Okay. Right, you won't be able to target because you're not going to open the door all the way. You won't be able to target the crossbow guys.
Can I just
have to be in?
Huh? Can I just target the wall?
Sure.
Okay.
No reason why you couldn't.
The only thing that sucks about this plan is I don't get to watch it go off.
No, but there will definitely be some damage to all of them.
Oh man, you're talking about grenade in an enclosed space. All right, so you just peeked in there. You doing anything else other than pulling your wand?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Arendar. Guy's at your feet. He's on the ground. He's still breathing, but he's got his abdomen is bleeding pretty heavily. In fact, he takes another 2 points of damage because of that from the bleed.
Okay. I mean, like,
He's
okay,
sinking, so he's bleeding. He's bleeding out. He's got an abdomen wound that won't stop bleeding. Looks like a liver. Somebody shot an arrow into his liver, and then he's got a pretty substantive head wound, and that's also bleeding all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice
the side
question,
of his
but
head is sort of
that
crushed
one's
in.
Yeah, that one's not necessary. I'm turning to what's his name?
Ceramus.
Ceramus,
Mm-hmm.
and smile, giving them that same stupid smirk back, and say, "Are you still thinking that we can talk our way out of this?"
Nothing's been. He looks at you and
I've
he's
got,
like,
I've got the falcata out to him. I say,
"Yeah." He's got his hands up. He's
Let's-
still sitting in the chair. He
Say,
basically says, "Nothing
stand
has
up,
happened so far that
stand-
can't be undone."
"Yeah, stand up, turn around."
Uh-oh.
If there's a bale of cotton in this discussion, I'm gonna. Okay. So, all right. So, yeah, he will on his turn, he will stand up and do that. So you just tell him stand up and turn around, face the wall.
Right, and once he starts to turn around, I'm putting the falcata away and getting some rope out.
Okay. All right. All right. So you're doing that.
If I see the orcs not dead yet,
He's still breathing. You could see that.
I'll call back. We might want to question him too, but I'm not gonna say we have to.
Okay. All right. All right. So that's it for you, Arendar?
Yeah.
Titus. The guy you plunked with the
Um,
magic missiles is down on the ground. You can still sort of see him, I mean, if you want to shoot another magic missile at him, you'd have to shoot it between Ono's legs, but it would hit him.
I don't see what the point would be at this point.
He's bleeding out.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Uh,
decapitate orcs to kill him. Is that no? Is that a
I
different?
mean, if we want to question him, I shouldn't kill him.
That orc isn't gonna talk to us.
But we
I
don't want to
could
heal him yet, but you want to get him. If we're gonna
I
question
could
him, he
mend
needs to be
his
wrapped up. Well,
leather.
don't want to mend him until he's tied up or blindfolded or both or whatever. If he's
Well,
an
it is
inquisitor,
after 11, so
caster.
I get time to think
Oh,
about
shit.
it.
Oh.
Shit, it is after 11.
Well, we usually finish this turn and then we'll be done.
Yep.
So. If
So
you want
Titus,
to come
you
and
just
start
get-
tying him up, you can do that.
There's nowhere for Titus to stand.
Oh yeah,
Right.
there's nowhere to get in. So
There's really not much that I can do at this point.
not right now.
You check the magic item library.
Okay, I will do that maybe on the next turn.
All right.
Later.
All right. So then Wraith is up.
I will ask him if I need to harm any of these people, finish off the orc, or take out this politician, or if I need to
Oh,
go
we're
back
gonna
and,
talk. We're gonna have a talk. Yeah,
if
Vanguard says
I-
we're gonna have a talk first.
or if I need to go back and save the chef.
We'll get him on the way out. This was a target of opportunity. We're here to really find out where those casks or those barrels made it to. That's the real reason we're here. This is just, as soon as I heard these guys were here, this was just a target I couldn't pass up.
Well, I'll move here. And the orc is down and the politician is smirking.
He stopped smirking. He's actually getting up out of the chair right now.
So I'll aim arrows at him.
Okay. You're not gonna, are you gonna fire or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Vondrum, you hear them clunking around in the other side again, but nothing happens. I need to do a thing here. Quick D20. Nope. So he loses another point. And then it's Ceramus's turn. So Ceramus, under instructions, he's got his hands still up. He stands up, turns slowly around and faces the wall. In fact, if anything, he's already standing pretty close to the wall, so he sort of moves the chair out of the way and will put his hands on the wall.
Good.
We didn't ask him to do that. I don't trust him.
All of a sudden, magic missiles and arrows just fill the back of him. He didn't tell you to touch the wall.
All right, Poe. Final round of tonight's game. Poe.
I got nothing to do. I'll just hold off while we're wrapping things up.
All right, you're gonna hold off. All right, so that we will end there, and we will start in round 3 of next round. We're still in initiative. There are still combatants, and we'll see what happens next time.
Sounds good. Thank
Sound
you.
good?
Did somebody tie up the orc? I'll tie him up if nobody did that.
Nobody has tied him up. He's just moments ago fell to the ground.
Okay,
So you
I'll
can start
tie
doing
him.
that, yeah.
Give me actually while you're doing that, give me a quick
That would be
health
okay.
check or medicine check. And then that'll be the last thing we do. Unless you guys want to do another round. No.
Yeah.
24. Yeah, you see the wound, the head wound is significant. As part of his skull's probably fractured when it hit the stone. It wasn't so much the punch, it was the reverberation from the stone. That side of his scalp is lacerated and blood's coming down. But what's killing him is the abdominal wound. You're definitely sure that the liver is lacerated. It's going to continue to bleed. He's going to be gone in half a minute.
Okay.
Maybe a minute, most likely less. He's leaving.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay.
And that
We
is
can
where
heal him a tiny bit once he's secure.
any magical
Not so
healing
bad.
will stop him from bleeding out. It may not bring him back to consciousness, but it'll stop him from bleeding out. Magical
Someone
healing.
cast light wound on him.
It's the cast. Inflict light. Oh,
Well,
that
that's
was an
what I'm worried
inflict.
about. An accidental D8 that's an 8 plus 5 might actually make him conscious. And so
It might bring
that's
him
why I don't
back,
want
yeah.
any- I don't want any healing until we know he's secure.
All right, tie him up.
All right, so Poe, you're going to run in there and tie him up?
All right, excellent.
All right, you start
We
wrapping him
can't
with
fly
ropes.
that until next-
Oh, that's right. You can't step in there. You can't castle. Yeah, you can't
No,
get
he's-
close enough.
He's
Is there somebody
Diagonal
on
to
the
him.
squad?
Yeah, it's is on the square. You can't get in there. There's no squares. You have to. The
What?
best you could do is
Diagonal's still
stay.
5 foot away.
We can
I
all
can't go
just,
right there.
No, you can't. Ono's right there.
we can
Oh,
all
that's-
just
Watch out,
skip our turns
kids.
and Ono
Need
and
to
Poe can
refresh.
take-
Here, I can move.
No, you can't. It's not your turn.
Yeah, but we can
Oh.
all just skip our turns until Ono and Poe do the exchange thing, and then Poe
I
moves.
can cast fly on somebody. Let's just get this done.
We're gonna fly in there to tie
Don't
him up.
use your spells, man. We might need them.
Oh.
right. We'll stop there. We'll figure it out next time. The castling, and it'll be 2 weeks from tonight, I believe, which is the. Ooh, we're in November. It'll be November 2nd.
Yeah, it's getting
And
the
this-
year is getting older.
This year's gone by fast.
Yeah, it is zipping by, especially this part of the season. So yeah, but on November 2nd, 2 weeks from tonight, we will start at this point.
Thanks.
All
guys.
right.
Excellent.
All right. Thanks, you guys. This was awesome.
Thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
night, all.
All right, guys, bye.
Good night.
All right. See y'all.
And hey, Gordon.
Yep.
Gordon, that was me that had the Starlink, so